From Rex Sherman Field at Kirsch-Rooney Stadium, it's Division I quarterfinal playoff action is this afternoon. The Byrd Yellow Jackets play host to the Archbishop Rummel Raiders. And a pleasant good afternoon to you. Ken Trahan joined by the coach Danny Ream for Game 2 of this best-of-3 series. Rummel got off on the right foot by winning Game 1 yesterday by the score of 5-2 in what was kind of an uneven ball game. Pitchers struggled early, defense struggled, men left on base, but ultimately Rummel was able to make it happen and got it done. And the Raiders thus have a 1-0 lead in the series. Byrd comes back today, confident that they can come back and win both games. Talking to Greg Williams, feels like he's got the pitching depth to be able to do it, but they'll have to beat a good pitcher for Rummel as well, Danny. So this should be an intriguing matchup today. I think we'll see two teams that play better than what we saw yesterday.
Yeah, I think you're going to see a much more competitive game here today. Two good arms on the mound. Each team feels really confident in the guy that they're running out there today. And, Rummel with Villa on the mound's a tough baseball team to beat. They showed that at the end of the year. He was throwing really well. And, of course, we mentioned it yesterday, you've got that layoff, and they need to really try to come out and get a good start. Denny's had a little trouble yesterday getting going, but, got himself where he needed to be as the game progressed. But Villa, same kind of thing. You've had that layoff. You need to come out here today ready to go. For Rummel, this is like being the undefeated team on the last day of a tournament where somebody's got to beat you twice. So the biggest thing in those situations is go win that first game. You do not want to go to the if necessary. Once you go to that if necessary, anything can happen. The opponent feels good about themselves because they just beat you in that first game. Rummel, it is so important for them to win this first game, and they're going to need a real good start out of Matt Villa to do it.
These two teams have played each other twice this year now. Rummel won 9-3 on March 1st in Monroe at the Trey Altic tournament, and then the Raiders, of course, winning 5-2 yesterday. So 2-0 against Byrd, but this is for everything here today. A Byrd win forces a third game as mentioned. A Rummel win concludes this series. The winner to go to Sulphur to play the winner of the series between Catholic High and Holy Cross, which gets underway this afternoon and this evening. By the way, they're going to play two games in Baton Rouge now, changing their schedule as compared to the original schedule. So that might end tonight or it might stretch into tomorrow. Coaches meeting on the field as we speak. Set the starting lineups for this afternoon's contest. First of all, for the visiting Archbishop Rummel Raiders. One is a 5 straight now under the direction of Nick Monica in his 9th season. Leading off in left field is Lance Johnson. Batting second, the DH, is Cade Rivera. Hitting third at third base, Ron Franklin. The cleanup hitter and second baseman is Kyle Walker. Chandler Fields, the right fielder, bats 5th. Tyler Cook is the shortstop, hitting 6th. Jackson Denny's the catcher, bats 7th. Logan Bertucci at first base hits 8th. Stephen Powers in center field is batting 9th. It will be Johnson, Rivera, and Franklin. Walker, Fields, and Cook. Denny's, Bertucci, and Powers. And Matt Villa on the mound for the Raiders. For the Byrd Yellow Jackets at home today in Game 1, 20-16 overall under the direction of fourth-year coach Greg Williams. Leading off at second base, Jake Harris. Batting second in right field, Charlie Barham. Batting third and catching is Cole Joyner. Cleanup hitter and DH, Julian De Leon. Batting fifth in left field, Mason Langdon. Hitting sixth at first base is Henry Lott. Batting seventh at third base will be Ryan Todd. Hitting eighth and pitching is Matt Randall. And batting ninth and playing center field is Ashton Nelson. It will be Harris, Barham, and Joyner. De Leon, Langdon, and Lott. Todd, Randall, and Nelson. Brock Lambert not batting is the shortstop. And on the mound will be Matt Randall here this afternoon. We'll tell you about him coming up in just a couple of minutes as the teams are being introduced. Byrd will be the home team in Game 2 as mentioned. They will be wearing their home pinstripe whites with purple numerals trimmed in yellow gold. Purple caps with a yellow B on them. Archbishop Rummel wearing their red, scarlet red jerseys today. White numerals trimmed in Columbia blue. White pants. And the Raiders with their three-tone caps. A familiar look for Rummel here this afternoon at beautiful Kirsch-Rooney Stadium, where the weather once again will be outstanding for Game 2. Fans are being asked to rise now to doff their caps, and it's time for the playing of our national anthem here in Lakeview. Trey Ann with Danny Ream from Crescent Stadium. Archbishop Rummel against Byrd. The weather conditions, partly cloudy skies. The temperature is 83 degrees. The relative humidity, 64%. And the wind is out of the south-southeast at 9. Much of a factor right now. It doesn't look that strong based on the flags in center field, which are scarcely moving at all. And umpiring crew is from Hammond. 3-man crew to conduct business here today. Did a solid job yesterday. Back to work game 2, and if necessary, game 3 here this afternoon by rule. The lower seed is the high team in game 2, and which means they're the home team in this particular instance. So Byrd will be the home team. They occupy the third base dugout. Rummel occupying the first base dugout by choice. Yellow Jackets getting ready to take the field here to get things rolling here this afternoon. Again, the winner to play the winner of Catholic High and Holy Cross in Sulphur next week in the Division I semifinals. The other series, which is starting today, has St. Paul's, the number 2 seed, hosting Evangel Christian. They'll play 2 games too today before playing 1 tomorrow. They changed their schedule because of the potential for inclement weather on Friday. So stage is set. Game here last night. Number 3 seed Brother Martin defeated 7th seeded John Curtis Christian 2-0 in game 1 of that series. They're scheduled to play game 2 and game 3 if necessary tomorrow. That was a good ball game. Extremely well played. Pack house here at Crescent Stadium. Really good setting. 2 rival teams seeing each other for the 3rd time. Brother Martin's won all 3 matchups thus far this year, but Curtis will have Dax Ford on the mound game 2 tomorrow, which will give them a great chance. And of course, as mentioned, Rummel has defeated Byrd twice this year in the 2 previous games. Not sure what's taking them so long to take the field here. Been waiting to get started here. And of course, this is going to mean it's a minute or 2 or 3 late because of the late taking of the field. Again, not sure why. I think it was the pitcher warming up that took a while out there, and they let him finish what he was doing to get loose to be prepared to go. Of course, he'll take to the mound here and warm up anyway, so maybe just wasn't quite ready yet. And the umpires would not force him to go out there in that situation, although they're kind of staring it down right now.
Yeah, they're ready to go.
I mean, they've been ready for like 3 minutes here, and
we're ready to play some ball.
I'm not sure. I mean, they're not waiting for television or anything. They're just standing around third base.
Is there a red hat down there?
I don't know.
Sleeping
man.
on the job?
You know, is that Lenny Van Gilder down there? I don't know. Come on, Lenny. Turn him loose, man. What are you thinking? We're going to tell Tyler to just make an announcement. Take the field now.
A Attention, Byrd.
Hello.
Attention, Byrd.
There we go.
You are allowed to take the field.
I think they're about to do it here.
All right, here we go.
That was about a 4-minute huddle. Am I exaggerating?
Hey, it could be their last if they don't win this one, so they were getting the most out of it.
They'll be ready to go. Langdon in left, Nelson in center, Barham in right, Todd at third, Lambert at second. Rather, Lambert at short, Harris at second, Lott at first. Joyner does the catching, and on the mound will be the junior right-hander, Matt Randall, 5'8", 164, and he's been awfully good this year, Danny.
Yeah, he has. He's got some impressive numbers, Ken. 1.93 ERA. He's got a 5-2 record on the season. This will be his 12th appearance. He's thrown 47 innings for Byrd. Only 12 base on balls. Only 12 walks in those 47 innings of pitches. So obviously this man can command the strike zone. Only 27 strikeouts, though, in those 47 innings. So obviously he's a guy that he doesn't walk guys. He doesn't really strike out a ton of guys. So his defense has to play behind him.
We saw that yesterday from Lacoste. He pitched a complete game, and he did not walk anyone. And I thought that was huge because it obviously kept them in the game, gave them a great chance to have a chance to come back and win that game. And you say?
Yeah, I mean, that's the name of the game. That's one of the things that if a coach stresses anything to a pitching staff, it's throw strikes and give us a chance. You know, you hit guys, you walk guys, you make errors.
Free base runners.
Yep, free base runners. That's it. That sums it up. Free base runners come back to haunt you. If you can stay away from that, you do wonders for your club. So, you know, this Byrd coaching staff obviously really preaches that because they attack the strike zone on the mound.
We welcome all of our folks viewing in the Shreveport, Bossier area. Great to have you with us. And also all of our friends in the New Orleans area, per usual. Terrific to have you with us once again. Really appreciate your viewership of CrescentCitySports.com all season long. This will be our final day of broadcast this year, a webcast, given that next week is Sulphur, and of course no streaming allowed there. Ready to roll. A few minutes late here, Lance Johnson will start it for Rummel, the left fielder. 250, no homers, 12 RBI. Against Byrd this year, 3 for 8 with a stolen base and 2 runs scored. Single stole a base, reached twice in yesterday's game. Sophomore will stand in from the right side. And again, how shallow the Byrd outfielders are. The most shallow I've seen any outfield play this year. First pitch of the game, strike call. We're underway at 4:03. Hitter sees that, can salivate, but you got to stay within yourself. Chops it slowly to first. First baseman unassisted, and that's how this game starts. Johnson a lot, round number 1. Cade Rivera bats. Was 0 for 3 yesterday. Average now at 255, no homers, and 2 driven in. Third baseman Todd way in. And a strike is called. So he's thrown strike 1 of the first 2 hitters. What the scouting report said, he will throw strikes, be in the zone. Oh, 1 from Randall. Chopper slowly toward first. Pitcher will get to it. Underhands to first, easy play. Couple of easy rollers and 2 gone.
That pitch was out away from Rivera. He tried to yank it. That's a ball that you really got to try to go the other way with. Back through the middle at worst. He tried to pull it. Hits the easy ground ball on the right side. So a good start for Byrd.
Now the Raiders' top hitter, Ron Franklin, will bat at 358. 2 homers, 23 driven in. 3 for 6, a stolen base. 2 runs scored, an RBI against Byrd. And for the third straight hitter, there's strike 1. And Rummel's taken all 3. Might be one of those guys you might like the first pitch against.
It might be the best pitch you get.
0-1. 1-1. Went to the breaking ball. One pitch from Randall. Breaking ball, swung on and missed. Ball and 2 strikes.
Breaking ball up in the zone there. Got away with it. As Franklin swings through it. Could have done some damage to that one if he would have caught it right.
1 ball and 2 strikes. Matt Randall delivers down. It's 2-2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. And the 2-2 pitch from Randall. It's 3-2. Ron Franklin, a 3-year starter for Rummel. Senior waits for the payoff. Here it comes. Ball 4. First base runner of the game is a 2-out walk to Ron Franklin. So Rummel has some speed aboard, and here's Kyle Walker. 330 hitter with 22 RBI. 2 for 7 against Byrd this year with a stolen base and 2 runs scored. As Walker stands in.
Good at bat there by Franklin. This inning was going a little bit too easy for Byrd, and he was able to bear down, have a quality at bat, draw the walk. And
Franklin 8 for 8 in stolen bases, swiped 1 yesterday. Not going. Pitch is a strike. So again, 4 hitters, and all 4 have taken strike 1. Sense a pattern here. Oh, 1. Doesn't get the breaking ball. Foul tipped it behind the plate. Quickly now 0-2. Breaking ball was effective against many of the Rummel hitters yesterday. There were a couple of exceptions, Cook in particular, who handled it very well. Fields hammered 1 as well for a big 2-run double. No balls, 2 strikes, throw to first. Franklin stumbled but got back. First baseman had to go over him to get there. Lott. No balls and 2 strikes. Kyle Walker back in, right side. Breaking ball in the dirt, blocked nicely by Joyner. 1-2. Wind picks up now. Remember, it was still to start the game, those flags. Now they're blowing in and across toward right, kind of like yesterday, similar situation. Ball won't carry well, will it? Throw to first again. Franklin diving back in. So unlike yesterday, Rummel base runners were getting back in, standing up. Today they're diving back in. A little bit different move from Randall. Franklin takes a pretty good lead again on 1-2. And now it's 2-2. Deeper the count gets, the more likely he is to run. Danny?
Yeah, he is, and you need to get that guy in scoring position. Try to give yourself to where you get a clutch base hit, score a run, take the lead. It's always big in playoff games to score first. Just gives you a chance as a club just to relax a little bit more.
Time that throw as he caught Franklin just starting to get off. So a lot of moves over there. First baseman finally picks up the ball as Franklin bluffed like he was going to take off. 2-2 the count. Randall takes a lot of time out there. Runner goes, and a fly ball hit toward right center field. The center fielder's there, putting it away. Is the center fielder Nelson, and the inning is over with no runs, no hits, a runner stranded. Bottom of the first coming. Raiders nothing. Yellow Jackets coming to bat. We'll keep it right here as we head to the bottom of the first inning. So a walk, the only thing registered against Randall in the first. And now Rummel will take the field. Defensively with Johnson in left, Powers in center, Fields in right, Franklin third, Cook at short, Walker second, Bertucci first. Denny's does the catching, and on the mound for the Raiders will be the right-hander, Matt Villa. Veteran now for Rummel, the junior, 6'1", 181. And Danny, he's been good this year.
Yeah, he has. This will be his 11th appearance for the Raiders. He's got a 4-2 record on the mound, but only a 1.54 ERA, 52 strikeouts in 50 innings pitched. So he's averaging a little bit over 1 strikeout per innings pitched. And he's done a pretty good job with his command as well, Ken. He's only walked 20 in 50 innings.
2 strike throws is what you're saying.
Yeah, we got 2 strike throwers, and Villa's a guy that'll throw 3 different pitches for strikes. So, if he's on, Byrd's going to have their hands full. This young man's had a good career for Rummel. Only a junior. He'll be back again next year. So, you got to be excited about that if you're Frank Cazzo coming into that head baseball position.
So Villa, he'll mix his pitches, Danny's 3-pitch guy, right?
Yeah, he's got fastball, curveball, changeup. He's got a slider as well. So, really probably 4 if you wanted to stretch it a little bit. In command of the pitches. That's the biggest thing. It's not that he just throws it. He's got command of it. So if he's on, there's really no telling what's coming at you at any point in the count.
Here in the bottom of the first, he'll be facing Jake Harris, Charlie Barham, and Cole Joyner. For the Yellow Jackets, Denny's behind the plate to start this game, the winning pitcher. Game 1 of this series. And now ready to go in the bottom of the first. Second baseman Jake Harris will lead it off. Harris at 245, a homer, 9 driven in. 2 for 6 against Rummel this year with 2 walks, 2 runs scored, and an RBI. Left-handed hitter. Finally ready to go. First pitch, a strike call. Again, that's a familiar theme, right?
Yeah, you gotta like both of these guys. Throwing that first strike, pounding the zone, going at guys. Love to see that.
Swing and a miss, threw it by him. Villa typically works pretty quickly, too.
Got to like that as well. Keeps your defense on their toes.
Hitters stepping out, adjusting gloves while he's ready to pitch. So that's going to be a cat and mouse game, right? And so Villa obliges by stepping off. Game on, right? 0-2 pitch. Breaking ball, just got a piece. Stays alive. Another 0-2. Breaking ball, and again, same result. Just tapped it foul right at the feet of Denny's. Good hitters find a way to stay alive. Harris has done that twice.
You can tell Villa's excited about this start. He's amped up right now.
This is way high and out of the zone. Overthrew that one. It's 1-2. Ball gets away, coming back as well. Teams and pitchers need to get into a rhythm and a flow. There was none yesterday. Off speed, just missed the outside edge.
Tried to go backdoor with the breaking ball and barely missed the outside corner.
Now 2-2. So Harris seeing a lot of pitches here to lead it off. Exactly what Greg Williams wants. 2-2. And now it's 3-2. Good at bat. This will be the 8th pitch of the at bat.
It's a great at bat. See that many pitches and allow your team, hopefully those guys in the Byrd dugout are paying attention to all the different things that Villa's throwing.
Struck him out looking.
That's one of those at bats there, 9 pitches that even though he struck out, that's a lot of information that Byrd dugout should have just picked up about what Villa's repertoire is on the mound and what he's going to come at.
Yep, there's 8 pitches total, and he got him looking. And here is Charlie Barham, right fielder at 424, no homers, 17 driven in. One and 0. Missed the outside edge, 2-0 to Barham. He's had a big year. See the difference in how the Rummel outfielders play compared to the Byrd outfielders. Totally different positioning. That is ball 3-0, I guess low. So Villa falling behind here at 3-0.
That didn't look too bad.
Villa stepped off. Usually you see that when a pitcher thinks he Should have gotten one. Has to throw a strike 3-0 here. Swinging on 3-0, Danny.
Wow.
And he got a slider, it looked like.
Yeah. That's interesting in the first inning.
Hard pitch. I mean, he's a good hitter, but base runner there would be nice. And not sure if that would have caught the plate or not. Borderline. 3-1. And it was crooked. And that's low. So 1 out walk to Barham. Now Cole Joyner, the catcher, will bat. 295, a homer, 33 driven in. 0 for 5 against Rummel this year. Hit by a pitch, walk, and scored twice. Byrd, it's 286 as a team. Rummel, 282, similar teams in that regard. Breaking ball, and where's that one? So he's not getting the low pitch, and he doesn't get this one.
Didn't get the high pitch there either.
Right now, Villa's look at Villa. He just stared in, and then he stared at the dugout. He's like, okay, what is the zone here? That is high, and it's 2-0, and that can get in your head early in this game.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely, and Franklin.
Ron Franklin spots this, so does Jackson Denny. So you can see the clear frustration of Villa after that first pitch, which clearly appeared to be a strike, called a ball. After the low pitches, knees are slightly below, were not called strikes either. And again, he's a strike thrower, as is Randall. So 2-0 to Cole Joyner. Barham away from first. And that's way high. So 3-0. Villa now struggling with his command. This is what we saw from Denny's early on yesterday. And if he's not in the zone, then something's wrong because he's typically a strike thrower. Didn't get that call either. So 2 on, 1 out. A chance for the Yellow Jackets to jump on top here. 3 base runners, as you said earlier. Here's Julian De Leon. And Denny's again will go to the mound, and so will Cook. And this is all about just trying to calm Villa down.
Get them to calm down, settle in. The good thing about this is the double plays in order, so if you make one good pitch, get your ground ball on the infield, you could be out of this mess. But he's got to settle in, find the strike zone, find the umpire zone, and you got to react to it.
Mitchell Ramsey will run at first, courtesy runner. And here's De Leon. Left-handed hitter, 369. 3 homers, 31 driven in. There's a good breaking ball, 0-1. De Leon against Rummel, 1 for 6 with 2 walks on the year in 2 games.
Rummel infield needs to make sure that they get the double play started. Make sure they see it in. Don't try to act too fast. You got to get that first out.
0-1. Threw it by him. 0-2. And Phil's fastball will be low 80s typically, 82 or so. But what happens with him is he's got that good off-speed stuff that will make the fastball look better. 0-2 the count. Pitch to De Leon. Breaking ball down to the second. Walker is Cook for 1 and doesn't get the throw off as he gets taken out. And Nick Monica is going to argue this about an illegal slide. No doubt about it. As Cook comes up a little bit lame. That was a double play ball, Danny.
Yeah, it was. I mean, that's exactly what you were trying to get. Hard ground ball to second baseman. Walker made a nice feed to Cook, and Cook just got kind of tripped up by the base runner there. Doesn't look like they're going to get the automatic double play call, though.
No, I would have called it right away, and it didn't happen. Nick Monica's arguing that he didn't get down in time. Infielders know those runners are coming down. You got to do everything you can to avoid them, but the kicker is the base runner has to get down in the proper amount of time. That's what Nick Monica is arguing here. So 2 walks and then the potential to get out of the inning, and they don't get that turned. Looks like Cook will stay in and be okay. That's good news. And now Mason Langdon will bat. But again, how many outs do you want to give a team in an inning? And again, the pitch count in the first inning for the Rummel starter, just like yesterday, is mounting.
Yep.
This will be his 21st pitch of the inning. Mason Langdon, the left fielder. 327, 2 homers, 22 driven in. 2 for 8 against Rummel with 2 RBI. Runners at the corners with 2 outs, and let's see if they start De Leon and try to draw a throw. A lot of possibilities here. Villa pitching. Bounced it. Great stop by Denny's. Saved a run and kept the runner at first. Denny's can certainly appreciate that.
Yeah, nice job.
Having done it himself yesterday on the mound.
Squaring that up, keeping it right out in front of him.
And he bounced another one, and the runner still holds at first. It's 2-0.
Runner at first should have easily been gone on that one. That was a breaking ball that you could see out of hand was going to skip.
Any down angle, you take off anyway. I mean, don't you want to draw a throw anyway?
Yeah, absolutely.
2-0 the count on Langdon.
He should have been gone.
Surprised he's still there. Two-0. Line drive into right, but Fields is coming on. He caught it. Excellent play by Chandler Fields. Robs Langdon and keeps this game scoreless in the inning. No runs, no hits. 2 men stranded after 1. No score from Kirsch-Rooney Stadium. Back in a moment at CrescentCitySports.com. Crescent City Sports Prep Baseball is brought to you by Gills Bar. For more than half a century, offering services, solutions, and support for businesses and associations looking for happier constituents and healthier bottom lines. And headquartered on the North Shore. To learn more about how Gills Bar can help your business, visit gillsbar.com. I had lunch with Hank Miltenberger of Gills Bar today. Truly one of the finest men you'll ever know. And deeply appreciate Hank's support. Professional and personal level. He is an awesome guy, and Gills Bar is a fabulous company. Wouldn't you know it, who leads off the top of the second? Guy that just saved a runner, maybe more, Chandler Fields. Took a breaking ball low. Happens all the time, doesn't it?
Absolutely.
Fields hits this high and deep to center. There's that shallow center fielder who's going to get burned in a big way because Fields with his speed is going to get a triple out of this. Chandler Fields to third. And I just don't think you can play as shallow as they're trying to play.
No, I don't think they understand this park. We saw it yesterday. The ball really jumps into the gaps here. It can really get up and get going in this ballpark, and they're playing so tight. You know, a ball struck like that, they've really got no chance of getting to a stand-up triple to get the second inning started for the Raiders.
Well, I can understand it, and I don't want to name players. They're going to appeal first base, safe there. I can understand it with 1 or 2 hitters that, you know, aren't very big and maybe don't have pop, but they've been pretty shallow for most everybody. Big opportunity here for the Raiders, nobody out.
And it's time for Tyler Cook to do a job up there and score a guy from third with less than 2 outs.
He did yesterday, 2 for 3 day. RBI single, RBI double in the game. And he took it, I guess, high. And again, that pitch looked pretty good from here. You want a zone defined in this game, and thus far it's tight for both pitchers. Cook 287, no homers, 18 RBI. Call that a strike at the knees, 1-1. 3 for 8 against Byrd with the double and 2 RBI, both yesterday. Third baseman and first baseman are in. Back at second and short. Cook wants to put it in play on 1-1. Took it inside, 2-1.
Almost hit him.
Sophomore. Back in. Chandler Fields a big 2-run double yesterday. Great catch today and a ringing triple already.
Oh, he is the spark so far in this one.
2-1 is a strike, so it's 2-2. Cook unable to pull the trigger in an RBI situation. Now he's 2-2 after taking a couple of strikes. Randall, 2-2. Struck him out swinging, 1 out. Well, you only get 1 swing when you take 2 strikes, and that, of course, was the formula for success for Randall there. Here's Jackson Denny's.
Another shot here with Denny's, but Denny's needs to be the guy to do it, because if you get the 2 outs, well, then it's a completely different situation.
277 hitter, a homer, 25 driven in. 3 for 6 with a double and an RBI against Byrd this year. Takes his time getting in.
And this is where you're in there trying to get a pitch that you can use the middle of the field on, get it past the pitcher's mound, hit the ground ball to second baseman, hit the ground ball to shortstop, lift the fly ball to center field.
Doesn't get this one. 0-1. He went up pumping, trying to drive in the run. Denny's is, by and large, a center of the diamond hitter.
That's what you want right here.
0-1 the count.
Keep it away from the corners. They're pinched, so a hard ground ball, you're probably not going to be able to score to the either corner. So middle of the field.
1-1. Blocked by Joyner. Both catchers doing a fine job early on in this game. Hit by Fields was the first by either team in the game. And now the 1-1. Down again, 2-1. Denny's back in. Fields away from third. Now goes back to the bag as a pitcher. Stepped off. And you want to get that lead in foul territory. Coming down the line. Third baseman is ahead of the bag. I'm a little surprised about that against Denny's. 2-1. Tap foul, 2-2.
Well, they're playing corners in here.
Yeah.
And giving them the opportunity to cut that run off.
Right, with a big guy that can hit hard ground balls, that's a recipe for success for the hitter, but has to put it in play, and he's 2-2. .25 RBI on the year. Looking for number 26, Randall with a 2-2. Popped him out of play. Holding 2-2. Bertucci on deck. Winner of this series on to Sulphur. And the state semifinals in Division I. A couple of 20-win teams going at it. Another 2-2. And now it's 3-2. Good at bat by Denny's to work this count full. Don't have to give in to him here. This is not an automatic fastball by any stretch. Center fielder now plays him to pull. So does the left fielder. Again, he likes to hit the ball. Right center. We've seen that a lot. 3-2 the count. Payoff. Strike, 3, call. 2 outs. Randall comes up huge with 2 consecutive strikeouts. And now it takes a 2-out hit from Logan Bertucci. 261 hitter with 16 RBI. 0 for 6 against Byrd this year. Sophomore stands in. Fields at third. He's been there for a while now. off the end of the bat, and he shoots it right into the Rummel dugout.
Well, now it's up to Bertucci to get a big hit. Now you got to get the clutch 2-out hit. Had 2 chances with that guy down at third. That's tough.
Situational hitting. Can't put the ball in play. Nothing good happens. And now 0-2 very quickly. Randall showing a lot of poise here. One pitch away from getting out of this would be a huge lift to the Yellow Jackets.
It's hard to pitch around leadoff triples.
Doesn't happen.
He's 1 strike away.
Has Bertucci in the hole. 1-2. Tried to get him to chase upstairs. Now he'll probably go down. Elevated at eye level. This one back to the screen. Runner for the plate. He is out. Out at home plate. Catcher to the pitcher covering. And look at the Yellow Jackets as they got out of this. On the 2-1 put out at the plate. No runs and a hit, and nobody left. Bottom of the second. Still no score. Back in a moment from Crescent Stadium. CrescentCitySports.com. Huge turn of events there. What a job by Matt Randall to get out of a situation with a runner at third and nobody out. And he wasn't exactly pitching to bad hitters either. He got 2 big strikeouts, and then Fields trying to score, and he should have tried to score.
Yeah,
that ball got to the screen. I don't know if he didn't get a really good jump or not, but the catcher made a good play, and the pitcher got there.
Well, with 2 strikes, you absolutely take a chance right there.
Henry Lott will lead it off. 234, no homers, but 29 driven in. Villa had a long first inning, throws a strike here. Lott 1 for 6, 2 walks in the games against Rummel this year. Villa only threw 10 strikes in the first inning. Good breaking ball there. It's 0-2. 25 pitches now for Matt. Ahead 0-2, the hitter stepped out on him. Now Villa likes to work quick, and they're stepping out on him regularly. On the other hand, Randall, a little bit more deliberate for Byrd. Didn't get the call, threw it right to the glove, but then he set up off the plate. It's 1-2. Villa executed the pitch that he wanted. Hitter laid off. And the 1-2 pitch to Lott. Struck him out. That's a big breaking ball there. Denny's will have to throw to first for the out, 1 gone. That's the way we've seen Villa work for a couple of years now. He gets ahead, and then he's got that sharp breaking ball. 8 up the hitter, no chance. 1 gone. Ryan Todd, third baseman. 309, a homer, and 14 driven in. 0 for 1 against Rummel. That was yesterday. In the lineup today as a starter for the Yellow Jackets. First pitch. And that bounced away, 1-0. Two and 0. so far it looks like it's the fastball he has trouble commanding.
Yeah, he needs to just settle in and get himself going, and it could be that layoff that we've talked about the last 2 days. About 2 weeks since his last start. So it's a pretty big gap there. So it might be one of those situations like yesterday where you see him get better as the game goes.
And again, missing with the fastball, so it's 3-0, and now it's 4-0. That's way back to the screen.
That wasn't even close.
This is, again, not a good sign for Rummel because he is a controlled pitcher. And he's walked 3 already. And here's Matt Randall, the opposing pitcher at 269. No homers and 18 driven in. Rummel escaped yesterday. Denny's walked 5 and hit 2 batters. Bill has already walked 3 here, and we're in the second inning. Breaking ball strike. He's got better command of the off-speed touch.
Yeah, it might be a situation
clearly
where you need to throw that more so now and let the fastball come along.
This is high, 1-1 off speed again. Ball on a strike, hitter again taking a lot of time. They're doing this clearly with intent to slow Villa down. So far it's worked well. Runner goes and stops, pop foul out of play. And it's 1-2.
And there's strike 2. Villa needs to reach down and take care of Randall right here, get himself to 2 outs. Needs a little bit quicker inning.
1-2 on Randall in a 23-pitch first inning, and already a walk here in the second. Chopper slowly toward third. Franklin has to come get it. Only play will be to first. He made a nice play for the out. On the play, Todd to second with 2 outs.
Nice play there by Franklin. That could be trouble sometimes, but pretty athletic guy over there at third base for the Raiders, making it look easy.
2 gone, and here is Ashton Nelson to the plate. Nelson, the center fielder, 183, 7 RBI, 0 for 4 against Rummel this season. Now Nelson wants to go talk to his coach. So does the next hitter as well.
Well, I think as you've mentioned, there's definitely a plan here on Byrd's side
Absolutely.
to slow Villa down. They must have got word that, he wants to work fast, likes to get it and throw it, and they're trying to take that away from him.
So how long as a home plate umpire do you allow this to go on? Now Cook comes running to the mound. So talk about that runner at second, I'm sure. But if you're Villa, you can turn around and just make the hitter wait if you want now. And eventually baseball is going to be played, right?
We will get back to the game at some point.
Finally ready. Nelson in. Todd from second. Pitch on the way. And a strike call.
That's a good-looking fastball. That's a better-looking pitch there. He's got to get a feel for that fastball. He seems to have a pretty decent feel for the off-speed this inning. And that could be because of that 2-week gap.
0-1. Breaking ball swung on and missed. 0-2.
That's a pretty nasty pitch. The bottom is just falling out of that breaking ball.
No balls, 2 strikes. Nelson trying to put it in play, trying to put his team on top. Villa stretching, Villa pitching. Breaking ball struck him out swinging. What a sequence. 3 quality pitches. Inning over, no runs, 1 left. 3 stranded by Byrd. We've played 2. There is no score from Kirsch-Rooney Stadium. Back in a moment at CrescentCitySports.com. Crescent City Sports Prep Baseball is brought to you by Gibbs Construction, a leader in the construction industry in Louisiana and the Gulf Coast for more than 35 years. Transforming dreams, visions, and plans into reality. Gibbs Construction. Thanks to Larry Gibbs and Gibbs Construction for their continued support of high school baseball here at CrescentCitySports.com. No score, top of the third. Matt Randall pitching to Logan Bertucci, who was out there when Fields was out at the plate to end the last half inning. And a foul back, 0-1. 33rd pitch from Randall, and 20 have been strikes. He's walked one, he's fanned two. Those two were big ones last half inning. Oh, 1. Now it's 1-1. Both pitchers with similar arsenals, Danny.
Yeah, I think if there's a difference between the two, Villa's stuff is, a little bit more dynamic. He's just, when he's got that breaking ball like he had at last inning at the end there, I mean, it's almost unhittable.
Randall gets ahead 1-2.
Randall is more of a pitch to contact, let my guys play defense for me. Villa's a guy that can really just put people away.
2-2. Bertucci waits. Randall with the 2-2 pitch and a swing and a little fly ball into center. Center fielder went back, comes in, he'll get there. 1 out. Took a false step back. That ball was a little bit off the handle, and he caught it. Good job by Nelson. 1 gone. Stephen Powers will bat. Senior at 228, no homers, 15 RBIs, 0 for 6 against Byrd with a run scored. Powers jammed and fouls it. It's 0-1. Good pitch. It ran in on the hands. He's gotten in on the hands of 2 consecutive hitters as Randall. Oh, 1. 1-1. Powers will settle back in. Very shallow for him as well around the outfield. Took it down. It's 2-1.
And they're really tight on Powers.
2-1 pitch, and he pops it up. Shortstop, outfield grass is there. Putting it away is Lambert for out number 2. Lance Johnson bats. He rolled to the first baseman unassisted to start the game.
Left fielder number 2, Lance Johnson.
1 time through the order. 2 Rummel batters have made good contact. So not much against Randall to this point. Johnson took it away. And Rummel has had that magic working in this 5-game winning streak. All kinds of runs scored with 2 outs.
That's great when you can score with 2 outs. It's not easy.
2-0. Johnson trying to ignite a 2-out rally by getting aboard here. And again, they're most shallow for him of any hitter in the outfield. He could bunt for a hit easily here, couldn't he? 2-0. 3-0. Doesn't have to swing now. I say that because third baseman and first baseman are way back. Johnson back in. 3-0. And a 4-pitch walk.
Well, that's what they needed him to do right there. Find his way on base. Keep the inning alive.
10 for 10 in the stolen base department.
Keep your
Miss
eye
Johnson.
on him.
Yeah, with 2 outs, it makes sense, doesn't it?
You want to get him in scoring position, so.
And you wouldn't mind if Rivera let off the next half inning, although you'd prefer to see a runner in scoring position. Pitcher has shown a quick move to first. To this point, Joyner can't throw behind the plate. Not going, and he's way late on the fastball. Oh and 1. One and 1.
Might go on this one. This would be a spot for the pitcher to maybe go to an off-speed pitch after back-to-back fastballs to see if maybe Nick takes a chance.
Long look, 1-1. Again, looks to be late.
Well, and you know, that's making it tougher to try to steal the base because the fact that he is late on that fastball, as you pointed out, is giving Byrd a situation where they can just stay hard. And that makes it harder to try to pick the breaking ball count. But with 2 strikes, I think Nick's got to take a chance at some point here, trying to get this guy in scoring position, see if he can get a 2-out hit.
Parker Stewart of St. Thomas Aquinas, an infield grand slam, as described by a reporter. 6-1, they lead Newman, top of the 3rd in the Division III quarterfinals.
My gut tells me that that's not accurate.
I'm kind of with you. This pitch just missed the outside edge, 2-2. Yeah, I'm with you. I don't think there's any such thing.
Let's see if he goes here. 2-2 count.
If there is, I sure want to see it.
Yeah, I'd love to see
Runner
it.
goes, 2-2 foul back. Rivera timed that one a little bit better, but fouled it back, holding it 2-2. And the more pitches you see, the better your chance to time it up. And you'll see the 6th pitch of the at-bat here from Randall. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Johnson not going here. Out of play left side. So Rivera will see another pitch here. Ends up in the hitting cage area of Delgado here at Kirsch-Rooney Stadium, home of the Delgado Dolphins, one of the premier junior college programs in America. So now the 7th pitch of the at-bat coming to Rivera here. This is the most pitches any Rummel hitter has seen against Randall. 2-2 with 2 outs. Not going, now he bluffs, and that's hit toward the gap. Center fielder, over, he's there. He can't catch it.
Down.
Kicks away, could score the run. Rounds 3rd, heads for the plate. The throw came into 2nd, and the run scores, and Rummel takes a 1-0 lead. Well, you got to give Rivera all the credit there. He was late on the fastball to go 0-2. Saw pitches, fouled it off, timed it up, finally delivers. Rummel takes a 1-0 lead. Diving effort by Nelson. That's got to be a hit and an RBI. No chance to call that an error. I mean, he laid out for it. And again, playing shallow, Danny.
Yeah, and he gave it all that he had out there. Nelson in center field for Byrd made a great effort, just couldn't quite pull it in. Had to go a long, long way to get there. So a nice job by the Raiders, executing with 2 outs, as you've mentioned, they've been pretty good at lately.
Yep, he did keep Rivera at first by throwing to 2nd. I thought he tried to throw home. 1-0 the count. And that's important with Franklin at the plate with his hitting ability. They're a little deeper for Franklin, but still shallow in center and in right in particular. Franklin's got very good pop. He could burn them here on 1-0. Tried to wait on the breaking ball, but it was up and he doesn't get it. 1-1. See him trying to keep his hands back there. Ball on a strike. And a swing and a shot to 2nd, but it's handled. Short way for the force. Inning is over. Rummel breaks on top of the run on a hit. No errors, 1 left. They stranded 2. Bottom of the 3rd coming. The Raiders 1 and the Yellow Jackets nothing. Back in a moment at CrescentCitySports.com. Rummel is broken on top 1-0, going to the bottom of the third. And Matt Villa now pitching with the lead. He's got 38 pitches in 2 innings. Will face the top of the order here, Jake Harris, to be followed by Charlie Barham and Cole Joyner. Harris struck out looking to start the bottom of the first for Byrd.
See if Villa can bear down and get a quick inning and put a 0 up there after his team just scored the run.
Doesn't get that call again around the knees, 1-0.
What you want to do, put runs on the scoreboard, get out there defensively and put up a 0, get right back in the dugout. Keep feeling good.
1-1. But even that first pitch that missed was right around the zone or in the zone. So he's starting to find himself a little bit here, isn't he?
Yeah, and he looks like he's settling in. He's shaking off the rust.
As soon as I say that, he throws up a changeup that bounced 2-1.
Jackson Denny's talked about it yesterday, just feeling a little rusty, and that's to be expected with a 2-week gap between the regular season and the start of the playoffs.
And now it's 2-2. Again, he's got good movement, but he always does, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does, and that's what makes it so tough. And he's got multiple pitches that he can throw for a strike, and just a heck of a hammer-type breaking ball.
2 balls, 2 strikes, and Jake Harris swings and misses. Second time he's down on strikes, and strikeout number 4 for Villa. Again, sharp movement, 1 out.
And when he digs down and comes at you with something like that, it's tough.
Charlie Barham will bat. Walked in the first inning. Stand in with 1 out here. Breaking ball strike, 0-1. One and one. Barham hasn't seen the fastball yet. This at bat. And now it's 1-2. Quality pitch by Villa. 1-2 the count. Kicks and he deals. Boy, he tied him up. That is a sharp hook under the hands. I mean, he has got that thing biting a left-handed hitters in a big way.
The funny thing is that it's almost the same time of the game as when Denny's got going yesterday. Around that 3rd or 4th inning was when Denny's finally started to look like the Jackson Denny's that we've seen this year. And here we are in the 3rd inning, and Villa's starting to look like the Matt Villa that we've seen this year. So, you've got to like what you're seeing right now if you're Nick Monica and feel a lot more comfortable about this performance than you probably did in the first 2 innings.
Joyner walked his first time, and he's 1-0 here. 2 outs, nobody on. In the bottom of the 3rd, and that is a strike. It's 1-1. Byrd continues to take a lot of pitches. Clearly, part of their strategy to run that pitch count up against these starters.
Get it up and see what you can do later in the game.
Hope to get into the bullpen. Breaking ball, front door breaking ball, that just missed. And it's 2-1. And again, consistency behind the plate. The close pitches have been called balls on both sides in this game. Outside, 3-1. And not missing by much, but 3 balls and a strike. Good count for Joyner. Stands upright, holds the bat high, and the 3-1. Cranks it up the middle. That's what happens on 3-1. Fastball down the middle, and a good hitter rips a base hit to center. That's the first hit of the game for the Yellow Jackets. A 2-out single by Joyner here in the 3rd. Sat fastball, got it, and now we'll get Mitchell Ramsey to run for him with 2 outs and see if he wants to run. Trying to get into scoring position as Julian De Leon bats. De Leon hit into that fielder's choice in the first that Nick Monica protested, thought it might have been runner interference. Didn't get the call. Keep an eye on Ramsey at first now. Denny's a pretty good thrower behind the plate. Villa delivers. Missing away, 1-0. Got the first two by strikeouts, then a base hit. Hasn't had a 1-2-3 inning yet. Neither has Randall. That ball's into the gap in right center field. That's going to get down. Center fielder Powers cuts it off. That will save a run. Runners end up at first and third on a solid single by De Leon. Here come the Yellow Jackets.
Yeah, well, the depth of the Raiders outfield, contrary to the way Birds play in this park, allowed Powers to take a good angle there, did a nice job in the gap of cutting the ball off, getting a throw back into the infield quickly, and that saved the run there, because if he doesn't make a nice play like he just did, that run scores.
Here's Mason Langdon in a big situation. He hit that sinking liner to right in the first inning that Chandler Fields made a heck of a play on to save a run.
Well, this is a big spot right here because Bird's trying to match him up. Rummel scored in the top of the inning. Byrd trying to tie it here in the bottom.
Pitch to Langdon. Breaking ball right through there. Started him with a hook. It's 0-1. Shade him slightly to pull. Big gap in right center and down the right field line. Runners lead 0-1. Fouled out of play. It's 0-2.
Way ahead.
Only problem with that is you don't want to bounce a breaking ball with a runner at third.
You don't want to bite. You don't want to bite on the guy at first. Make this guy get a 2-out, 2-strike hit if they're going to tie the game.
No balls and 2 strikes. Ramsey third, De Leon first. The pitch, breaking ball over, but I guess high, and it's 1-2. And this tight zone continues, and Villa stares in. That's a strike yesterday. Umpire was calling everything around the letters yesterday. Not today at all. 1-2 the count. Taps it foul. He's bowled another good pitch. We say all the time, good hitters do that, and Langdon is a good hitter. 327 coming in and 32 driven in. Hit it well the first time, as mentioned. 1-2, 2 on, 2 outs. Matt Villa to Mason Langdon. Swing and a miss. Beautiful pitch. Denny's pumped up. Villa pumped up. Raiders are pumped up. No runs, 2 hits. 2 men left for Byrd. They've left 5. Remember, they stranded 12 yesterday. We played 3. Still Rummel 1 and Byrd nothing. Back in a moment at CrescentCitySports.com. Oh, Villa pitched around 2 singles, struck out the side there. Go to the 4th, 1-0 Rummel. Crescent City Sports Prep Baseball is presented by Ye Olde College Inn and Rock and Bowl. Rock and Bowl now with 2 locations on South Carrollton Avenue in New Orleans and Jefferson Street in downtown Lafayette. See a full schedule of entertainment at rockandbowl.com. Thank you, John Blanchard. Thank you, Johnny Blanchard. Thank you, Jimmy. Thank everybody with Rock and Bowl and with Ye Olde College Inn. Hal Walker leads off the 4th, 1-0 Raiders on top. Took it down. Walker flew out to center to end the first inning. That was pitch number 56 for Randall.
Well, what a nice job by Villa to dig down there in the bottom of the third and put that guy away there when Byrd was threatening. That's a big spot.
Breaking ball hit hard. That's a base hit for Walker. Kyle Walker, leadoff single. Speed aboard for Rummel to start the fourth. Their third hit of the game. Second time through the order. Rummel hitters looking pretty good so far. Yeah, Johnson walked, Rivera single, Franklin hit the ball hard, and Walker just hit it hard.
Fios hit an absolute missile in the gap last time. We'll see what he does
Well,
here.
they backed up this time.
Yeah,
Look.
You think?
Backed up in center. A little bit in right, but not much, and backed up a lot in left. Fields a triple his first trip, and he took it down and out. He's made a terrific play in right field as well.
That ball was shot out of a cannon for that stand-up triple.
Raider quarterback who's heading to UL Lafayette on a football scholarship. 1-0. Now it's 2-0. Good pickup by Joyner. Impressed with both catchers in this game and also with Barwa yesterday. They all blocked him up really well and picked balls. Threw the ball well. 2-0 the count. Walker, good speed with a lead. Time called. Walker 7 for 8 in the stolen base department. Grabs his lead. Ground ball to first. Bad hop. Off the first baseman. Walker's going to round second, and he'll head for third. And the Raiders will have runners at the corners with nobody out.
What a heads-up base running play by Walker there. Did a good job of picking up Coach Hodges in the third base box and taking the extra 90 feet to put runners at the corners. You could see Fields kind of pulled off of that a little bit. It had that pool cue spin on it, and the first baseman lot for Byrd just couldn't handle it.
Tyler Cook will bat with first and third, nobody out. And haven't ruled that yet, Danny. It was a bad hop. You know, I don't know. I mean, they're going to give him a hit. Yeah, sure. I mean, on the bad hop. I mean, I understand that. I mean, that's tough for Lott at first base. He's
ball
right
had
there.
Some serious spin on it. He just couldn't handle it.
Here's Cook, struck out swinging in the second inning with a similar situation with a runner at third and nobody out. See if he can change his luck here. Comes up empty. It's 0-1.
Well, with the stuff that Villa's got, and it does seem like he's settling in and getting himself going as normal. Runs are huge here. Every time Rummel can tack on another run, it just really, really helps.
Well, they've got to put the ball in play here. They weren't able to do that back in the second inning in a similar situation. And now strike two again, so 0-2.
With that middle infielder pinch like he is, this would have been a great spot to try to push.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And the first baseman holding a runner on. Couldn't agree more, but now 0-2. And on 3 pitches, he's gone again, 1 out.
It's a crazy game. As hot as Cook looked yesterday, it's ice cold today. That's baseball.
Yeah, it really is. Here's Denny's, who struck out looking in the second, and now a double play. Can get Byrd out of this. Denny's taking his time getting in. Wouldn't you think about starting Fields at first here to stay out of the double play?
Well, and you'd like to try to possibly draw a throw through and tell Walker, hey, if we get it through, we're taking a shot here.
Denny's comes up empty, 0-1. I think you, at this point, considering what happened 2 innings ago when nobody could put the ball in play in the same situation.
Same guys.
I think you do consider that. I really do. And as we know, Fields is a pretty good athlete who can run some.
Well, there's, a couple things. They either don't throw and you've got second and third and you take the double play out of order, or if they throw all the way through, you got a speedy guy at third that could probably score a run.
Correct.
If he reads it all the way through.
I think you got to make the defense play. And the rest of this pays off. Now, Denny's is capable of driving in the run. He's got to make contact, obviously. He does. Base hit to right field. So Rummel takes a 2-0 lead as Denny's puts one in the right field, and the Raiders have a 2-0 lead. RBI 26 for Jackson on the season.
Pell will come in the courtesy run for Denny's, the catcher.
So Bradley Pell, sophomore.
Bradley Pell running at first base.
Still 2 on 1 out for Logan Bertucci. as I said earlier, I was kind of puzzled by the way they're playing Denny's because we watched him all year. He hits the ball middle to the right side. I mean, most of the time, if not virtually all the time. I mean, you've seen him all year long.
Yeah, he did a nice job of staying inside that ball. The second baseman pinched up the middle at double play depth, so the right side was wide open.
So 3 hits in the inning. Again, second time through the lineup. Rummel seeing Randall quite well.
And as I just mentioned, every run with a guy like Bill on the mound is big for you.
First baseman number 5, Bertucci.
Here's Bertucci. Flew out to center his first time.
You got both pitchers in today's game with sub-2 ERAs, so more than likely this is a low-scoring game. So every time you can tack another one on, it's big.
Bertucci stepped out again. Randall's taken a lot of time today. 2 different styles pitching, no doubt. Swing and a miss. Had a good aggressive cut at that, though. I like that. 0-1.
That's what you're in there to do right here. First and second, 1 out. Get in there, try to get a pitch you can handle and do something with it. Hit a double in the gap.
No balls and a strike. Randall is set. And pitching. Good pitch. It's 0-2. No balls and 2 strikes. On Bertucci. Randall brings it. Struck him out looking. At the knees. 2 gone. Strikeout number 4 for Randall, and now Stephen Powers with 2 outs, who popped to short in the 3rd inning. Again, does Rummel have some more 2-out magic here? Runners away first and second. Fouled it back, had a cut, it's 0-1.
I don't know if I can remember anyone playing this park the way that Byrd has played it with these outfielders.
Never seen it. We do games out here all the time for many, many years.
I mean, if Powers really gets into one in the gap, it's an inside the park home run.
Now he's 0-2. Yeah, now he's 0-2 though. I mean, the right fielder. For a left-handed hitter, that's. I don't know how to describe it. That's daring. I don't want to say something offensive. It's daring. 0-2 the count. 1-2. The ball by Fields burned them, but he didn't score. The ball that was hit that produced the run by Rivera. If he's playing deeper, he might have a better shot to get to that ball. Did not. 1-2 the count. Couldn't secure it diving for it. Chop toward first. Should end the inning. Easy chance. Slot to the bag. Rummel gets a run on 3 hits. Strand 2, they've left 4. Bottom of the 4th coming. The Raiders 2 and the Yellow Jackets nothing here at CrescentCitySports.com. Bottom of the 4th, 2-0 lead here for Rummel over Byrd. Ken Trahan, Danny Ream from historic Hearst Rooney Stadium.
Leadoff first baseman number
Henry Lott will lead it off in the fourth. Lott struck out swinging in the second. Against Villa, 59 pitches in 3 innings. He's walked 3, struck out 6. First pitch is, I guess, low, 1-0 again. These close pitches have not gone Villa's way in this game, have they, Danny?
No, they haven't. He's definitely shown a little frustration up there on the mound today.
Chop towards short. Cook got a weird hop, and he has to do it from his knees and threw it past the first baseman. Got to be a base hit on a terrible hop.
Yeah, well,
that's
Villa,
the second bad hop we've seen.
Villa got a piece of it with his glove.
Okay, I didn't think he did.
That's what threw it off.
Got to be a base hit for Lott. It's hit number 3 for Byrd, and they have the leadoff man on for the first time.
That's one of those ones where
leave it alone.
Yeah, leave it alone. But I mean,
it's an easy chance.
It's a reaction type thing, and it's hard to stop yourself from trying to make a play on the mound there. But that one would have been better if he would have just let it go to Cook and could have scooped it up and threw it across.
So here's Todd, who walked his first time. Again, the first time they've had the leadoff man on to put some pressure on Rummel here. In the dirt, blocked by Denny's, who's done a good job, 1-0. When you put the ball in play, on the ground, middle of the diamond, good things happen. Grounded toward the hole. Franklin can't handle it. Ball into left center field. Got to go get the ball.
Yep.
Error on Franklin, and it's 2 on, nobody out. Again, the infield defense of Rummel. We keep saying it, and it's not picking on people. It's simply telling a story about what's happened this year. This is a team that pitches it well, that hits it well. The one thing that they've clearly had issues with all year, Danny, is their infield defense. Moving guys around, trying to find the right combination, and just making the plays. And now a visit to the mound in what is an obvious bunt situation for Randall, and everybody will talk to everybody here. Base hit on a carom ball, and then an error. Everybody now returning to where they came. Got to expect the bunt here, don't you?
I would imagine. I mean, I'd be bunting right here in a 2-0 game, and you got first and second, nobody out. Should be a foregone conclusion that Randall's going to be asked to lay a bunt down.
So here's Randall, grounded to third his first time. First and third baseman will both cheat in. What play will Rummel have on here? See if they allow Villa to field the ball hit toward third, or if Franklin charges rotation play. Just concede the sack bunt, right? If he gets it down, he's showing bunt early. First baseman crashes, missed it. Denny's throws to second, good throw! Missed the tag. The throw beat him. You got to get the tag on him. That's a perfect throw by Denny's.
Yeah, that's a really nice play by Denny's from behind the plate. The day after he pitches, to still have that kind of juice in that arm.
But you got to get that out there, though, don't you? I mean, you had him.
You got to pop him with it.
0-1 the count. Slug bunt coming, 0-2. Saw the first baseman, Bertucci, crashing hard early. They tried the slug bunt, come up empty, 0-2. Now what do? Stay with the hit or try to bunt with 2 strikes? Decisions for Greg Williams. And Randall taking a long time getting back in. And just making Villa wait. It's just been their strategy from the get-go, hasn't it?
They definitely had a game plan to try to upset Villa's rhythm.
Breaking ball beat on the ground foul, third base side, so he spoiled the pitch. We'll see another. Doyle leads Avoyles Public Charter 3-1, bottom of the fifth. Doyle's a 2 seed. No balls, 2 strikes. On Randall, 2 on, nobody out for Byrd. Tying runs are on here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Randall waits. Villa delivers. Beat on the ground slowly toward short. This is a tough chance. Cook had to wait on it, and he's safe. Base hit, bases loaded, nobody out. Good job by Randall to put it in play. And he's on, and Byrd has a gigantic opportunity here with the bases loaded, nobody out. They're going to send up a pinch hitter.
Jack Walker.
It's going to be Jack Walker, who pinch hit and singled yesterday. Up in a big spot here.
Number 10, William Byrd, runner first base for Byrd.
So Jack Walker will back. And you got to look for the bunt from Nelson here. You got to protect against that. Runner at first is William Berry, courtesy runner. Villa in a heap of trouble here in the bottom of the 4th. Down and out, ball 1. It's been a funky inning. Single that was just a roller off the pitcher's glove. An error. And then a slow chopper to short for an infield hit. But they count. Put the ball in play. Good things happen. 1-0. Popped him up. Foul. Long run, everybody, and nobody's going to get there. 1-1 on Nelson. Rummel's had chances to score more. They haven't done it. Byrd has had runners in every inning, and they haven't scored yet, but that could be about to change here. Ball and a strike. Breaking ball swung on and missed. It's 1-2.
Rummel needs Villa to take somebody himself in the worst way. A strikeout, pop up on the infield, something that doesn't advance runners, get you to 1 out, and then you try to hope and pray for that ground ball.
Time called by the hitter again. So again, the game continues. Congratulations to New Orleans native Tom Amos, whose horse Serengeti Impress just won the Kentucky Oaks. 1-2 the count. Pitch to Nelson. Would not chase a breaking ball. Good block by Denny's. It's 2-2. This is the money pitch for Villa. He does not want to go full here. Breaking ball has been the pitch that he's gotten Nelson on. Struck him out on a breaking ball back in the 2nd. He's gotten strikes on him with the breaking ball here, but do you go back to it 2-2 or come with the fastball here? In at the corners, back at 2nd and short. 2-2 the count. Swings and lines it down the right field line, foul.
That would have been trouble for the Raiders if that would have been fair. I saw it was slicing. I felt it was going to go foul.
About 2 feet foul, as it turned out, but well, he went down and got a pitch there too.
Well, that could have been dangerous.
Got the folks excited on the Byrd side. Got the folks holding their breath on the Rummel side. 2-2 the count. 2 really fine schools, 2 really fine programs. Ashton Nelson waits for another 2-2 from Villa. Breaking ball foul. Good at bat. And again, pitch count rising. If you look forward in this game, regardless of the score, can Villa get into the 7th inning? Byrd has done a good job, but it all started with that first inning. The Villa struggled with his command and built that pitch count. And now it's rising again. He's had a 23-pitch inning, a 21-pitch inning, and this one is mounting. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Nelson. Villa with another. Struck him out. Elevated the fastball.
Pitch, big out.
Elevated the fastball. 1 gone for Jake Harris, who's batted twice, fanned twice, once looking, once swinging.
Number 5, Jake Harris.
Villa now with 7 strikeouts. Here's Harris. Here is the pitch. And he hit him. And it's a 2-1 game. And the bases are loaded with 1 out as Villa hits Harris to plate a run. Now big trouble for Rummel as Charlie Barham, the best hitter for Byrd, is in. And there goes Denny's to the mound. Again, free base runners. You make an error, you hit a batter. And now Barham has a real chance to give Byrd the lead here.
Barham needs to get something to the outfield. That's what his club needs him to do right here, whether it's a base hit, a fly ball. Just get something to the outfield, you tie the game.
Base hit gives them the lead. He is their best hitter. Wouldn't have expected a hit batsman there on the first pitch. And again, time called by hitter. The pattern continues. Way high, 1-0.
Biggest thing for Barham right now is just keep it off the ground. You want to keep it off the ground.
Ball and no strikes. On the other hand, it's been the ground ball that's been what's led to this for Byrd. 1-0. Strike, it's 1-1. 2-1 Rummel, bottom of the 4th. Byrd tying run at 3rd, go ahead run at 2nd, only 1 out. Now the 1-1. Now it's 2-1, very high. This will be his 80th pitch of the game, and we're only in the 4th inning. And now it's 3-1. Oh, he called a strike.
Got the call on the backdoor breaking ball.
Did not look like a strike from here, quite frankly. I mean, he's called it tight the whole game, not giving them much of anything. And he called a strike there on what looked like a pitch out of the zone. Remember that. It's 2-2. On Barham. And Villa pitches. Liner foul out of play. Holding at 2-2.
Barham, a solid-looking young man. Strong-looking kid.
Fullback on the football team. Fine hitter. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Bases full with 1 out. Villa with another. Low. And it's full 3-2, so here comes the biggest pitch of the game. It's a good take by Barham right there. Pitch was low, but it was over but low. 3-2. Good Byrd contingent of fans have shown up from Shreveport today. More than yesterday. Payoff pitch. Line drive hit hard. Off of Walker. Byrd will take the lead. Runner for second on what is probably a double, and it's a 3-2 lead for the Yellow Jackets on a 2-run double by Charlie Barham. And just hit it on the ground, and you're going to have success.
Well, normally in that situation, you want to stay off the ground. I guess in this situation, as you said, you want to keep hitting it on the ground because they just can't seem to make the plays out there. That was another double play ball. That could have ended the inning.
3-2 Byrd, and now they have 2 more in scoring position with only 1 out for Cole Joyner.
That took Walker hard up the middle. You pull that in, you flip it to Cook, and could have ended the inning right there with a 4-6-3 double play, but kicks it out into the outfield.
Byrd taking full advantage of the Rummel mistakes. Down and out to the screen, runner to the plate, he scores, and it's 4-2. And this game has completely changed, and the momentum is all on the Byrd Yellow Jacket side. Wild pitch, things coming apart for Rummel here. Again, when you can't defend well enough against good teams, this is what's going to happen.
You've got to stay with the rules of the game. 3 outs in an inning. When you deviate from that, you're asking for trouble.
4-2 and another runner at third with only 1 out. Denny's went to the mound to try to calm his pitcher down. No action in the bullpen. Started with a harmless ground ball that the pitcher stabbed at, deflected, and turned out to be an infield hit on a play that could have been made easily. Then an error. Then an infield chop single, and there's a shot to center, which should score another. Powers catches it, runner tags from third, he'll score, and Byrd leads it 5-2. Great situational hitting by Joyner. 5-run inning for the Yellow Jackets. They lead it by 3.
Big inning for the boys in purple and gold for sure. Anytime you can put a 5 spot up, that's a big deal.
And now Julian De Leon, who's grounded into a fielder's choice and single, will bat. De Leon, the base is empty here. Hit the ball hard last time into the gap in right center. Oh, and 1. The other thing is Villa's
pitch count
day is going to be short too after this inning. 1-1. One ball and 2 strikes. If you get to a game 3 in this series, it'd be very interesting because Cole Joyner would be the third pitcher for Byrd, and he's pretty good. 2-2 the count. And frankly, not sure what Rummel would do. Kyle Walker hasn't started. He's relieved this year. Ron Franklin hasn't pitched that much of late. Stephen Powers hasn't pitched very much.
Elwell through yesterday.
Yep. Outside 3-2. So the point being what we said before it started. Winner of game 2 typically wins the series because of the momentum, pitching, everything else. This one has a long way to go, but Byrd has really taken a huge step forward. Got him off speed in the air. Left center. Powers a long run, but he'll get to it. Inning ends. 8 men crossed, come to the plate. 5 runs crossed the plate for Byrd. They do it on 3 hits, 1 huge error. Another that wasn't ruled. And 2 men left on base. Byrd is stranded 7, and after 4, the Yellow Jackets 5 and the Raiders 2. Back in a moment here at CrescentCitySports.com. Big change in this game and maybe in this series. Byrd 5, Rummel 2 as we go to the 5th inning. Raiders down to their last 9 outs. They're going to have to get something going now. Lance Johnson leads it off. He's walked and scored, grounded up. 72 pitches for Randall. But you talk about getting your gas tank filled. He just got his filled.
Yeah, if you're Byrd, you got to be feeling good right here. Rummel forced to respond here in the 5th. I mean, they've got to try to erase some of that immediately. You can't, you're too deep in the game. You've got to respond now.
Johnson takes it down and away.
Well, if you give up 5 in the 1st or 2nd, you feel like you got a lot of time left. You do not have that luxury now. You're 9 outs away.
Johnson chops it toward the middle of the diamond, and the shortstop misses the ball. Again,
it's an epidemic.
It's an epidemic. He was way
on
over.
The infield.
He was playing way over toward the hole. He had to go get it, but he got a good hop. I mean, that's a ball that's got to be fielded.
Yeah, that's not a hard play.
No. So an error here opens the door, and Cade Rivera will bat.
You gotta love a high chop moving to your left.
Tell me about it. Lambert could not handle it. Rivera had a big RBI single in the 3rd. It's 1 for 2. Took it down, ball 1. See if the Raiders can take advantage of the Byrd miscue. Took a strike, 1-1.
Looks like Powers tossing in the Rummel bullpen,
right.
But like you were saying, if you go to a final game, who do you go to?
Well, Franklin pitched against them earlier this year, and then Walker, of course.
Got to be those 2 guys.
Would think. 1-1. Rounded toward the hole. That could get through. Great play, but no play. Base hit. So Rivera has his 2nd in, and here come the Raiders. 2 on, nobody out for Ron Franklin.
Well, I think Rummel understands how important it is to try to win this game and get this thing over. You don't want to go to that if necessary. We talked about it earlier, and I'm sure that Nick Monica got his club together after that 5 spot and said, boys, we have got to respond here. We've got to get some of that back. Maybe not all of it, but we've got to get some of it back.
Here's Franklin. Walk and a fielder's choice grounder. That is outside and high, ball 1. Ron's driven in 23. Rummel has just 1 error, but it's plays that could have been made that weren't made that have really changed this game. Strike called, 1-1. Now, they're not errors, but there were plays that could have been made. And it could cite at least 3 of those, if not more. 1-1 the count. Swinging a ball hit up the middle is a base hit. Runner will stop at 3rd. Bases will be loaded with nobody out. Good piece of hitting by Franklin.
Well, bases loaded, and they've done it with 3 consecutive hit. Well, you've got the mishap at short, but they've done it with the bats. They've done it with the bats here, and this is
putting balls in play on the ground.
In play, and it's set up well for Rummel right now.
Kyle Walker, the batter. We're going to get a new pitcher. It's going to be the left fielder, it appears, Langdon, who's going to come in. That's who he pointed to. Langdon's seen a lot of action this year. So that'll be a big hand for Matt Randall. Pitched into the 5th inning and closed the book on him with the 3 base runners. He could win, he cannot lose. Rummel can only tie with the runners he's responsible for. So Langdon will make his way to the mound, it appears. This mess started with the error. Rummel poised to do some damage. And to the mound is Mason Langdon. 5'10", 179, just a sophomore, left-hander, so a different look. So tell us about Mason Langdon on the year for the Byrd Yellow Jackets.
Well, he's thrown 34 2/3 innings. This is his 21st appearance, so he's been out there a good bit in relief. For the most part, a 4-2 overall record, 3.02 ERA. He struck out 57 guys in that 34 2/3 innings.
That tells you what you need to know.
Yep. He's got the ability to put guys away, so
he's
their closer type figure on the mound now for Byrd.
Well, that's what Greg Williams said yesterday after the game. He said, I'm confident we can come back and win because we feel we've got the pitching depth to do it. The man of the moment is Langdon, and the man of the moment for Rummel is Kyle Walker. And we'll bat with the bases loaded, nobody out. Which means, of course, the tying run is on base in a 5-2 game in the 5th. This is Rummel's big chance here. Powers throws in the bullpen. For what it's worth, Villa's at 88 pitches through 4 innings. Part of that has been Byrd doing a really good job of extending Rummel's pitchers. Part of it has been some degree of being unable to throw strikes by Rummel, and some of it has been simply the inability to make plays defensively that has extended innings.
Yeah, Powers is down there getting fully loose, so he's definitely going to be in here at some point behind Villa. So they're going to go from a righty to a lefty whenever they do make that change. So obviously, if they would go to the if necessary, as we said, it's pretty much Ron Franklin and Kyle Walker.
Yeah. So here's Walker, catcher, joiner, finishing up his conversation with Langdon. The concern for Langdon is that walk number. 31 walks and 34 2/3. So he'll strike you out or he'll walk you, right?
Yep.
One of those.
See that a lot with hard throwers at this level. That tendency to get a little wild.
Here's Walker, 23 RBI on the year. Bases loaded, no outs, and Kyle took one down and away, 1-0.
Got to take a strike here. Guy coming
or at
in
least
out of
see what he's got. Look at him, huh?
You know.
Yeah.
You don't want to swing into a double play or something without this guy coming in and proving himself.
Strike call, 1-1. Good pitch down in the zone, around the knees, 1-1 the count. Johnson third, Rivera second, Franklin first.
Now you're ready to go.
Walker waiting for the 1-1, and here it is. And he doesn't get it, 1-2. Well, Rummel's had runners at third. Twice in this game have been unable to make contact previously. Got to be able to put the ball in play with a runner at third. They'll give you the run for an out. 1-2 the count. Walker waits. Here it is. 2-2. Catcher couldn't find it, but it landed at his feet. So 2-2 on Kyle. Sophomore. 2 sports star. Two balls, 2 strikes. Runners away from every base. Langdon stretches. Langdon pitches. Chased a high fastball, 1 out. Swung at ball 3 there. And again, Rummel has had these opportunities with runner at third, and they have not been able to put the ball in play most often. Here's a guy that's come through, though, big time, Chandler Fields. Triple in the second. Benoff single in the 4th. Big situation here. 1-0. Went off speed and went away. Call that a ball. Another close pitch, 2-0.
That was a good call. That ball was up.
Yeah. 2 balls and no strikes on Fields. He's driven in 25 on the year.
Be very selective here.
Yeah, if Fields can find a gap, again, they're shallow all around. 3-0. Got to take a pitch here. I mean, they're just sticking with their strategy. So far, they've gotten away with it fine, but in this situation with the tying run on base, surprised they're so shallow. 3-1 to Fields. And now will swing if he likes it. 3 balls and a strike. Chandler waiting. Stretch. Langdon pitches. 3-2. Threw the fastball by him. Away. You can see the strikeout ability he has. Already has 1 big one with the bases loaded. 3-2 on Fields. Time called by Fields at the last second. Well, I mean, Byrd's been stepping out and making your Rummel pitcher wait all day. This time, Fields did it to the Byrd pitcher, who wants to work quickly here on 3-2. Here it is. Ball 4. And it's a 5-3 game. That pitch is inside and maybe a little high, and it's a 5-3 ball game as Fields drives in his 26th run Runners all advance with one out.
They need Cook right here. Need Cook to get hot like he was yesterday.
Struck out both times with runners at third. Let's see if he can change that here. Langdon delivers. Outside and high, 1-0.
I mean, bases loaded, it's a great spot to hit in. Tell guys all the time, nowhere to put you, can't play around with you, zone in on something right here. Got to come at you.
2-0. Now I think you've got to take a strike here. 2 balls and no strikes. Two and one. Here's the 2-1 pitch, and it's 3-1 to Cook. You got to make this pitch be perfect if you're Cook, don't you?
Yep, very selective here.
Catcher to the mound. Three balls and a strike. Working from the windup. Langdon with the 3-1. Ball 4, and it's a 5-4 game. Cook draws the bases loaded walk. He drives in his 19th run. Scoring Rivera. Franklin to third. Fields to second. And now Denny's. And if you're Nick Monica, you don't mind Jackson Denny's being up there at all in this situation.
No, and he does a nice job as it is of going the other way, of hitting the ball the right center gap. And against a lefty, that's even more important. You want to be thinking back through the middle, right center gap as a right-handed hitter. So Denny's already has the type of approach needed to have success here. So he's just got to focus in, make sure he gets the right pitch, make sure he gets him in the zone. He's having a little trouble here. The pressure's mounting. So you got to make sure you're really mature in this at-bat here if you're Jackson Denny's and get the right pitch, and when you get it, deliver for your club.
And again, watch the defense and where they play against him. He is going almost inevitably to hit the ball second base to right field side, especially against a harder thrower.
Saw Coach Hodges take his fingers and kind of point towards the right side. So that's what you're coaching him up to do against that left-hander. Do a good job of staying on the ball.
And again, look at the position. Now the second baseman is moving a little bit. Here is Denny's with the bases loaded, one out, and a 5-4 Byrd lead. Tying run at third.
Franklin's got to be looking for a ball in the dirt every pitch.
Go ahead run at second. Denny's waits. Langdon is pitching. Ball 1, 1-0. Well, we said with Langdon, it's all about strikes and walkouts. Greg Williams barking at the home plate umpire. That pitch was up and away, though. 1-0 the count. Langdon steps off. The pitch to Fields was close on 3-2. Others, not so much. Here's the 1-0. That's outside, 2-0. No worse feeling when pitcher can't find the zone. Langdon on 2-0. 2 Denny's and a strike, 2-1. Denny's will be swinging now.
Everything is away, away, away. He's got to be looking for that out there and take it to the right side. 2 balls and a strike. Bases loaded, 1 out. Rummel down by 1 in the 5th. Here it is. Swings and misses at the high heater. 2-2. Like to have him bring it down a little bit to have a shot there, but 2 balls, 2 strikes. Bertucci on deck. An error, 2 singles, and 2 walks. Produced 2 runs. On 2-2, here it is. Struck him out swinging, 2 outs. Again, the inability to put the ball in play with a runner at third has plagued Rummel this whole game. And now it takes a 2-out hit from Bertucci, or a walk. It's fly to center fan. He's 0 for 8 against Byrd this year. Can he change that here? That was a huge strikeout. That it was.
Ball 1 low. Ball 2 down, 2-0. Bertucci back in. 16 RBI on the season. Waits for the 2-0. And it's right through there, 2-1. Steps out, takes a practice hack. Gets back in, Franklin at third. Fields at second, Cook at first on 2-1. Here it is. Line drive, base hit, left field. 1 run home. Go ahead, run for the plate. He will score! And the Raiders take the lead. Throw to third, save. Runner for second, save. Logan Bertucci, the sophomore, comes up huge.
What a big knock by Bertucci. No situation this season was bigger than the one he was in right there, and he delivers for his club. And Rummel has erased the momentum that Byrd had gathered in the bottom of the fourth with their 5 spot. What a comeback here in the top of the fifth. What a response by Nick Monica's club.
Now Stephen Powers, big situation here. They've got 2 runners in scoring position because of outstanding base running by Cook and by Bertucci to get to second and third on the throw through. As the cut man threw to the plate. And again, Kyle Walker rushes to the bullpen for Rummel. Foul back. Walker ran to the bullpen to try to get loose. I don't know that he has enough time right now. 0-1 the count. On Powers, who could strike a big blow here.
Oh, a base hit here would be huge.
Fouled it back, 0-2. So Langdon getting ahead. A rare occurrence here.
What a response by Rummel. That's what you like to see out of your club, because a lot of teams would have hung their head, and they didn't. They got back in the dugout. They knew what the deal was, and they have responded.
Powers swung and missed, inning over. Raiders bat 9. They come up with 4 in the inning. They do it on a total of 3 hits. There was a huge error. Rummel strands 2 in the game. They've left 6. Take a stretch from Kirsch Rooney. We're at 6-5 Raiders on top. Back in a moment here at CrescentCitySports.com. Back and forth we go. 6-5 Rummel as we go to the bottom of the 5th inning. Raiders on top again. And back to the mound is Villa with 88 pitches trying to hold this. Easier said than done. Leading it off for Byrd here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Mason Langdon swings and shoots it foul. Out of play right side. It's 0-1. Langdon 0 for 2. He's lined to right. Great play by Fields, and he struck out. Well, Fields has been in the middle of everything, right? He's hit a triple, base hit, RBI walk. Great play in right. 0-1. Breaking ball beat foul. It's 0-2 on the 90th pitch by Villa. Bullpen busy for Rummel again. And that might be Elwell again. Danny, trying to spot him. It is.
Yeah.
Hayden Elwell, who pitched yesterday. in relief. So we've seen Powers, we've seen Elwell, we've seen Walker loosening for Rummel. Out of play, hitting it toward the Rummel bullpen. Holding at 0-2 as Langdon battles. Raiders now with 8 hits in the game, none bigger than Bertucci's line drive RBI single, 2-run single a moment ago. And again with 2 outs. Picking up his teammates again. Inability to get that runner home from third continuously in this game, but the big 2-out hit picked him up. That's a fly ball, lazy and easy for Fields in right field. 1 out.
You got to have clutch performances at this point in the season. You got to have guys stepping up in big spots, and that's what Rummel got there in the top of the 5th from Bertucci.
Henry Lott is singled, scored a run, fanned, 1 for 2. Again, if you're Nick Monica, you're counting pitches now for Matt Villa. 92 right now. Would really, really want to have a quick inning here. Byrd has other ideas. Again, he has not set them down in order yet. And neither pitcher has done that in this game. Traffic all over the bases for both teams in various and sundry ways, right? 1-1 now. Walks, hit batter, errors, hits, 13 of those.
We've seen it all.
1 ball, 1 strike. Another pitch to Lott and a swing and a ground ball foul. Nice play by the umpire, who's a lefty. What do you expect? He's a first base ump. He's a lefty. Come on, man. 1-2. Villa has fanned 7 in the game. He's walked 3, hit a batter. Breaking ball struck him out.
Nice pitch.
Really good pitch by Villa. Out number 2 in his 8th strikeout. That's as good a pitch as he's made. Ryan Todd has walked, reached on an error, and scored.
Well, Villa's got to feel like a new man. after that 5 spot, everybody's down in the dumps, and you're losing 5-2 all of a sudden, and then your offense comes alive and gets your 4, and you retake the lead. You get to go back out there.
Todd's been on both times. Took it high, 1-0. It's 97 pitches.
So he's got 18 left.
And now 98 makes it 2-0. He really wanted a fast inning, but now he's 2-0. If he can get it out here, he can definitely start the 6th. Same situation as yesterday with Denny's.
It's amazing.
But he has to get it out here.
How close to pitching performances have looked.
Straight up, Denny's might have a play. Near the screen, can't catch it. Right up against the screen. That's a tough chance. But again, plays that could be made. It's not so much errors, it's plays that could be made. And that's a tough chance. But had it in the glove, couldn't put it away.
He's upset with himself, so that leads me to believe that he feels like he could have caught that ball.
And you just can't afford to give good teams extra outs. And that means more pitches for your pitcher. And it means more chances for a good team. It's worked both ways, too, in this game. That's driven to center for Powers. He is there. He plays a good center field.
Smooth.
Nothing doing in the 5th for Byrd. We go to the 6th. Still the Raiders 6 and the Yellow Jackets 5. Back in a moment at CrescentCitySports.com. Wheels are spinning here as we go to the sixth. 6 runs, 8 hits, 1 error, and 6 left Rummel. 5 runs, 5 hits, 1 error, 7 left Byrd. Rummel sends Kyle Walker back to the bullpen again. And he's got due to bat 4th in this inning, so he can't be down there very long. Lance Johnson, leadoff man for Rummel, will lead it off. Remember, he led off the last inning, and he reached on that error that opened up the big inning for Rummel, the 4-run frame. We'll try to get on here. Langdon works into his second inning. Strike called, 0-1. That's the key for Langdon with his stuff. He gets ahead, he's in great shape. One and one. 4 runs last inning, 3 were unearned for Rummel. They count. Swung at a pitch high, not going to catch up to that. 1-2. That's a pitch you want to lay off of. Rummel could really use another run or 2 here. Again, Villa at 100 pitches only has 1 inning left if he can get through that inning. Walker in the bullpen. Langdon, the man Byrd wants on the mound, delivers the 1-2 high and away, 2-2. Rivera, Franklin to follow. 2-2. Look out, hit him. Leadoff man is on, and look at Johnson slapping his hands. Free base runner, hit by a pitch. We said it about Langdon. It's feast or famine. Strikeout, walk, right? Hit a batter here. That's it. Walker has to run in now because he's in the hole here to bat. So warmed up for as long as he could, Danny. Now he runs in. And here's Rivera. It takes a special young man to be able to handle that kind of situation too. Split your attention. Here's Rivera. Now, if you're Rummel, are you bunting here? Rivera's 2 for 3 with an RBI and a run scored. He is. Bunts it hard. 4th, 3rd. Fair ball. 3rd baseman. Safe at first. Runner for 3rd. Good bunt by Rivera. Now he's going to second because nobody's covering. Good heads-up coaching by Oliver Lacoste. And good base running by Cade Rivera. And the Raiders have the chance for an inning here.
It's amazing what happens when you get those bunts down and make teams make plays. At this level especially, and Rummel in a great spot here, 2nd and 3rd, and as you mentioned, more runs here would be really, really important.
Todd fielded that ball. Would it possibly have kicked foul? It was bunted hard.
Yeah, it was pretty tight to the line. I was actually kind of surprised that he gloved it when he did.
Now a huge spot for Rummel's best hitter, Ron Franklin, and holes everywhere with the infield in. Franklin singled, scored, walked, grounded into a fielder's choice, and he took a strike. Off speed, 0-1. Again, this is the situation Rummel has got to improve at in this game. With runners at 3rd, less than 2 outs, they've been unable to get their runner home. 0-1. And now 0-2. So took 2 pitches, Danny. First pitch, can understand, was off speed.
You're in there to
That's
hit.
a fastball. Now it's 0-2 and in an RBI spot. Got to put the ball in play. On 0-2. 1-2, off speed high.
Get something to the outfield right here.
Ball and 2 strikes on Franklin. Oh, wow, that one sailed on him, 2-2. Typically when that happens, you fly open or trying to overthrow it. Electing to work from a full windup, which means the runner at 2nd. Rivera gets a huge jump, especially with the infield in. Nobody can hold him. 2-2 the count. Here it comes. Strike 3 called. And again, with a runner at 3rd.
Swing it.
No, not even a swing. 1 out. Here's Kyle Walker. Struck out in a similar situation last half inning, but has a base hit, a run scored. I mean, those are huge runs on 2nd and 3rd.
Make life a lot easier if you get them in.
Time called by Walker. Again, feast or famine. Strike out or Walker hit batsman. Sack bunt by Rivera and a throwing error. Outside a ball. Actually gave Rivera a hit on that bunt. 1-0 the count, so he's got a 3-hit game. Walker steps out. Again, Rummel slowing Langdon down, who likes to work very fast. Walker took a strike, and again, I just think you got to be in hit mode with runners, and you don't want to only get 2 cuts or 1 cut. I mean, you want to be able to get full cuts or no cuts, as we saw. In this situation, you want to be aggressive, don't you?
Absolutely. You want to get a big knock for your team right here. Get a big base hit.
1-1 the count.
Or at least score the guy from third with less than 2 outs.
Fouled it back. Now it is 1-2. Had a cut at it. Langdon, could he possibly get out of this? And if he does that, it could change the game here.
It would be something to remember if Rummel ends up on the wrong side.
How many times have they had a runner at third with less than 2 outs and not made contact? Even scoring 6 runs. 1-2. He put that in play to third. The play is home. It's high. He's safe. Put the ball in play, and Rummel scores a run. Walker on his way to second. A 7-5 game, and now you got 2 insurance runs in scoring position.
Well, that was exactly what the doctor ordered for Byrd. You get the hard chopper right at the third baseman. All he's really got to do is make a strike throw to the plate, and it should have been a fairly easy out. And
should have been.
Another miscue. We've seen some crazy plays on the infield today for both teams.
Well, both teams have just been unable to catch and throw the ball on the infield with any degree of consistency, and that's an error. No RBI. Run scores 7-5, and now, God, it's been Rummel's catalyst all day. Has a chance to really strike a blow here. Chandler Fields was tripled, singled, walked, scored, and
have a good
driven
approach.
home a run.
Have a good approach, and when you get a pitch to hit, come out your shoes right here.
From the windup, Langdon to Fields. In the dirt, catcher blocked it. Runner holds third. Rivera 1-0. Rummel can make life a lot easier on itself here if they could get another run or 2 here. Keeping in mind the pitch count for Villa. Time called by Fields. 7-5 Rummel, top of the 6th. If the Raiders win, they advance to Sulphur. Byrd wins, we see another game. High and away, 2-0. Now, let me say this. They do have a base open. With the way Fields has been going, it wouldn't be the worst thing for Byrd if they put him on here. The hitter hitting 340 now. Fields steps out. Agreed?
Wouldn't be a bad idea to set up that double play.
3-0. And that ball popped away, but
wow,
catcher slides to get it. If you don't read it right away, you
can't go. No. If a coach has to tell you, it's way too late.
Now, if you're Greg Williams, do you just consider putting him on here 3-0?
Yeah. I don't see why with a base open you would give him anything to hit in this spot. There's just no reason.
3 balls, no strikes. Fields waits. Langdon brings it. And he's low, so a 4-pitch walk. Loads him up for Tyler Cook. Drew a bases loaded walk last half inning for an RBI. He's 0 for 2. Big spot here with 1 out. Same situation. Can he put it in play? You put the ball in play today, in particular on the ground. Good things have happened. Wild things have happened. Crazy things have happened. Strange things have happened. A lot has happened, basically. Here's Cook. Wind up the pitch. Down and out, 1-0. It's 3 walks and a hit batsman by Langdon since he's come in. Just popped it up on the infield. First baseman, foul territory with a play. And again, Rummel can't get a runner home from third with less than 2 outs. If they lose this game, that will be their undoing, unquestionably. Even more so than whatever defensive lapses have taken place, Danny. I mean, that's the 4th time with a runner at third and less than 2 outs, they couldn't get a run home.
A lot of important runs that you've left out there. So here's Denny's. He struck out last time in a big spot. He was very upset with himself, but he's got a chance to come through for his team right here. So he can quickly erase what happened in the last at-bat.
Singled home a run earlier, fouls this one back. It's 0-1. It's just strange. The fact that they have 7 runs, it feels like they've left a whole bunch of runs out there. 0-1 the count. 2-run game is anyone's game. 1-1. On the other hand, you get this to 4, it's a lot different animal. Or even 3 for that matter with 2 innings left. Long way to go. Denny's back in. 1-1 the count. Swings and lines it down the line. Into the corner. Denny's has opened this game up. 1 run home, 2 runs home. Jackson Denny's with a huge 2-run double. Rummel leads 9-5.
He hit that ball as hard as you could hit it. It stayed just inside the left field foul line, and that's a huge knock. So just like I said, he was very frustrated with himself in that last at-bat, and he could quickly erase it, and he does it right there with a huge double. And Rummel has put themselves in a very good spot here with just a couple innings left in the ball game.
They shouldn't be satisfied yet with runners at second and third and 2 outs. Still a chance for more. Now a pitching change will take place for Byrd. Langdon simply wasn't able to solve Rummel. His control really hurt him, and then he gave up a couple of big hits when it mattered. Byrd will go to its bullpen again. This time they're going to bring in, looks like Evan Adcock will get the call here. Adcock, 6 foot 201. He's just a sophomore, so Evan Adcock takes to the mound. Yeah, the numbers on Evan Adcock on the year.
He's 1-0, only 15 innings pitched. This is his 11th appearance, though, so he's been out there a little bit, but it's only 15 total innings for the season, a 3.26 ERA. So they're probably starting to get a little down on arm options here. Looks like a right-hander over the top type motion.
Boy, Rummel is, you got to give Rummel a lot of credit, Danny. They really hurt themselves and put themselves in a bad spot, falling behind 5-2 with only 9 outs left, and they showed the mettle to fight back from that in a big way. 2 big crooked numbers in a row here.
Yeah, I mean, if you're Nick Monica, you just got to be really proud of this team. The fact that they, fell behind. They were in a pretty bad-looking spot after 4 complete, and just, they answered the bell, put up the 4 spot at the top of the 5th, and continued to add on here in the 6th. Big hit by Bertucci, big hit there by Jackson Denny's, and you got to like where you're at right here, but keep on scoring. You're playing a team that knows if they lose, their season's over. Their hopes and dreams, so to speak, here in 2019 will come to an end. So they're not going to stop fighting. They're not going to stop playing hard, just like Catholic League baseball. We talk about it all the time. A lot of pride on the line in those games. Teams don't stop playing. Well, obviously, Byrd's playing for their season right here. So if you can pick up 2 more and go up 11-5, that's what you're looking to do.
Well, I mean, this is still a big situation for Rummel. Kyle Walker has resumed throwing in the bullpen, so I got to believe it's going to be him when Villa's done. And what that would mean, Danny, simply this: Rummel's going for it. I mean, they're using their best option.
There's no reason not to.
Yeah, being up by 1 as compared to being up by 4 is a huge difference. And if you can add more to 4, stand by. Remember, 2 big, huge 2-out hits by Rummel. One by the hitter coming up now, Logan Bertucci, who laced a 2-run single in the 5th to give Rummel the lead. And then the big 2-run double by Denny's here in the 6th. Let's not forget the big 2-out RBI single by Rivera back in the 3rd. So that's been the theme for Rummel. These 2-out hits RBI hits. I think we're getting a new catcher here. That's why we're waiting. Sawyer Lacoste is going to come in to catch. So Lacoste is going to catch. That's why we're waiting here.
First baseman number 5, Bertuzzi.
Remember, he was the pitcher yesterday. Here's Bertuzzi, second and third, 2 outs. Down a ball, 1-0. Certainly the biggest hit Bertuzzi's had next to the RBI single in the 10th against Jesuit that won that game here at Kirsch-Rooney not too long ago. Just inside, it's 2-0. 2 balls and no strikes. It was a 10-inning game back on April 16th. Bertuzzi hits it on the ground. It's short. Shortstop has it. Throw is right there. Inning over. So Rummel can't add on anymore, but they come up with a big inning nonetheless. 3 runs for the Raiders. So they bat 8 men, and they do it on 2 hits. There was another big error, and the Raiders strand 2. They've left 2 in the last 3 innings each. They stranded 8 in the game. Bottom of the 6th now. Raiders 9, Yellow Jackets 5 here at CrescentCitySports.com. Bottom of the 6th, 9-5 Rummel on top. Villa back to the mound at 100 pitches. You know he's working into his last inning. How long can he go? We'll see. Hayden Elwell throws in the bullpen. Walker's on the field and he's warm if needed. And now Villa back to work as a win in his sights and a trip to Sulphur. Retired the Sound in order last half inning. He's retired 5 straight. Jack Walker's going to hit here for Byrd, and he took a ball. Remember, they showed him earlier, announced him, but they didn't count him in the game. And he bats here. Son of Todd Walker. 1-0 the count. Took a strike, 1-1. How far can Villa go in the 6th inning? 2-1. Now 3-1. Three balls and a strike. Swinging 3-1, a bit surprised, and it's full 3-2. I mean, you need base runners here. 3-2 the count. Payoff pitch coming here. Villa to pinch hitter Jack Walker in the bottom of the 6th. Up the middle is short. Cook got it, but he'll never throw him out. Base hit. Leadoff man aboard. I mean, playing toward the hole with a left-handed hitter. A little bit surprised, Danny, about the positioning there with the lefties hitter, but he's on with a base hit, leadoff man on. So Villa's game gets even shorter, and a good start for Byrd, and that might be it. Here comes Nick Monica. So that is the 106th pitch for Villa, and that's going to be all. Going to Hayden Elwell, who came in yesterday and was able to get outs. Again, you got Walker. He's ready and needed on the field. Rummel goes to Elwell, I'm sure largely because he did a good job in yesterday's game. Came in, pitched an inning and 2/3, scoreless baseball. He did give up 3 hits, but he struck out 4. Big hand for Matt Villa as he departs. Could win, cannot lose. Walker has pinch hit 2 straight days with base hits, by the way, just like his dad. Huh?
It's in the genes.
Impressive. I mean, that's tough to do, to come in and pinch hit and be successul. But he's proven he can do it very well. And now Hayden Elwell for Rummel to the mound. Senior 6'1", 177. They got a good look at him yesterday. Did Byrd. In fact, he went through the lineup, faced 9 hitters yesterday, so they've seen him. Elwell, not a hard thrower, overpowering guy. He's going to be in the zone, Danny, although he did have 4 strikeouts yesterday. Not afraid to challenge hitters, though.
No, he's going to come at him, and I guess that's what Nick's looking for right here. You figure you have a 4-run lead. You got to get outs, and in order to get outs, you got to throw a lot of strikes, and this is a guy that will do that for you.
6 hits now for Byrd. We're going to get another pinch hitter, it appears. Slade Netterville, hit in yesterday's game, is going to come up to hit for the Yellow Jackets.
One thing I've noticed with this Byrd team, Ken, it seems like a lot of good kids that really like each other and play really hard. I mean, these kids they're high-fiving each other. They're picking each other up. It looks like Coach Williams has a really good group of young men on this ball club. Just from what I've kind of seen from afar in these last 2 games against Rummel.
No surprise. Outstanding program, outstanding coach, great school. A lot of pride from what they've accomplished over an extended period of time in all sports. Slade Netterville bats with the runner at first, nobody out. Grounded out in his 1 plate appearance yesterday. Pinch hitting here against Elwell. And a check swing foul. It's 0-1. Slade Netterville. On the year, he's just 1 for 15 with a run scored. 0-1 the count. Getting a big chance here. And he puts it in play to right. Fields had him played perfectly. Can't have a guy positioned any better than that, right? 1 out.
Right at him. Hit it well, but just right at Fields.
Counting outs if you're Nick Monica. 5 to get. Jake Harris hit by a pitch, scored a run back in that 5-run 4th inning. 0 for 2 otherwise. And again, that's Elwell. He's going to throw the ball around the plate. Typically, hitters put it in play. Harris bats. Strike called, 0-1. Acadiana and Barb scoreless into the 4th inning. 5A. Barb, the number 1 seed. 1-1. Ball and a strike. Strike 2 call. So it's 1 ball and 2 strikes on Harris. One and 2 the count. Runner leads from first. Pitch on the way. Breaking ball hammered, base hit. 2 on, 1 out for Byrd. And now Rummel will get action in its bullpen again.
Right fielder, number 11, Charlie Barham.
Barham will bat. Barham is doubled home 2. He's walked and struck out. That's one thing Elwell can't do is pitch up in the zone.
No, he needs to locate down by the knees and get himself some ground balls.
Philip Mayer is throwing in the Rummel bullpen as we speak. Double check that. Two on, one out. Just missed the outside edge, 1-0. And you wonder how long a leash Nick Monica will have. The pitcher he has that can strike people out is Walker. He's warmed up if needed, but he's in the game. Here's the 1-0. Fly ball left field. That should play for Johnson, who's under it. He's got it. 2 outs. Big out obtained by Elwell. Again, he's just going to throw strikes.
Yeah, and this is a big park. It's a great park to pitch in for a guy like him. Get those fly balls. Tons of room out there. Let him run around and catch them.
2 gone, and Sawyer Lacoste, who came in for Joyner earlier, will bat. Remember, he came in to catch. So here's Lacoste, starting pitcher yesterday. Bats here with 2 outs. 2 on. Steps out. What's going on here? Time was called, I believe. Now the umpires want to talk. Did he balk? Was time called? What's the call here? Umpires want to talk it over. Nick Monica jumped out of the dugout right away. They're going to allow the runners to advance, it appears, which would be a double steal. Home plate umpire, Nick Monica's asking now.
I mean, big, because a base hit makes it 9-7 now.
Well, the question is, was time called or allowed there? The answer is no, and now 2 runners are in scoring position. That's huge for Byrd. Base hit can cut this lead in half. Remember that. Makes the job tougher for Elwell. Here's Lacoste. Rummel clearly not pleased with that. Lacoste up in a huge situation. 2 in scoring position, 2 outs. And a strike from Elwell. No balls and a strike. Strike 2 call.
Breaking ball on the outer part of the plate. Got the call from the home plate umpire. Tough pitch for the hitter.
No balls and 2 strikes. And another pitch. Breaking ball foul. Holding at 0-2. Runners lead second and third. Stretch by Elwell, who pitches. Outside, 1-2.
Nice location there by Elwell. Put a little something extra on that one. Tried to paint the outside corner, just missed.
A ball and 2 strikes. And another. Low, 2-2. He was on that breaking ball. Lacoste, he read it all the way. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And the 2-2 pitch, and a swing, and a miss. He struck him out. What a job by Hayden Elwell of the Raiders. No runs and 2 hits. No runs and 2 left. Byrd is left 9. We go to the 7th, scheduled for 7. It's Archbishop Rummel 9 and Byrd 5. Back in a moment at CrescentCitySports.com. The line on Matt Villa, 5 innings plus 6 hits, 5 runs, 3 earned. He walked 3, struck out 8, a wild pitch and a hit batsman. Could win, cannot lose. Elwell with a big strike out there for the Raiders. Randall went 4 innings plus 7 hits, 5 runs, 3 earned. Walked 2, struck out 4 before Langdon picked him up. Rummel would like some more. Stephen Powers bats 0 for 3. He's played a solid center field as usual. Powers doesn't get the heater, 0-1. Top of the order to follow. Out of play, it's 0-2. No balls and 2 strikes. Down and in, 1-2. Just Stephen Powers. One, 2, foul back. Langdon went an inning and 2/3, 3 hits, 4 runs unearned. Walked 3, struck out 4, hit a batter while he was in there. Powers battling here at 1-2, stays alive. Extending the at-bat. Now it's 2-2.
You never can have enough, so if you're Rummel, try to get scoring again. Keep on trucking.
On 2-2, Stephen Powers swings and hits it in the center. Center fielder is right there. Making the catch is Nelson for out number 1. And now Lance Johnson, who's been on 3 straight times, which is what you want out of your leadoff man.
The official call on the field in that strange situation last inning was actually a balk.
They did call a balk rather than stolen bases. Okay. So we'll make that change. Got an explanation from Tyler Sherman, who went to check on it. Johnson took it down and in, ball 1. One out to Lance. Taps it slowly past the mound. Got a chance. Shortstop won't get it. Might have beaten it anyway. Once it got past the pitcher, almost impossible for Lambert to make a play. It's a base hit for Johnson. 11th hit for Rummel. Runner on with 1 out. Would have taken a great play. Cade Rivera's had himself a game. 3 straight hits, 3 for 4. Scored twice, driven in a run. Again, Rummel would like some more. Getting a little dark out here, isn't it? Stretch pitch. Oh, good swing and a foul back, 0-1. Like the aggressiveness from Rivera. I think that's what brought him to a good day today, is how much more aggressive he's been in the plate. See some people in prom dresses and prom tuxedos in red out here. No balls and a strike. 1-1. I'm laughing because that would have been me in my high school days at a certain school wearing that red jacket. 1-1 to count. I have a picture of one from one of them over there where he was wearing a multicolored jacket.
There you go.
Swinging a foul back, 1-2. So my dear friends in New Orleans tuxedos, my lifelong friend Richie Boudreau and Ray Boudreau. Richie, bless his soul, told me, oh man, you really stand out. Why don't you wear this? Okay. I wore it. I stood out all right. 1-2 the count. Rivera took an off-speed pitch away. It's 2-2. Two balls and 2 strikes. 1 on and 1 out here in the 7th for Rummel. Off speed, he just tapped it foul at the end of the bat. It's a little bit out in front of that off-speed pitch, but he managed to get a piece. Rivera would like to get on ahead of Franklin. Lights are coming on now as if on cue. I guess they heard me. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Hunter steps off. Hitter stands back in now. Evan Adcock brings it. Fouled out of play. Another good at bat by Rivera. Just looked like a different hitter today than yesterday. 2-2 the count. It's the old saying, what a difference a day makes.
Yeah, and I think yesterday was an interesting deal with that long layoff for some guys.
2-2, runner goes outside. Throw down is there, and he's out. 2-6 put out, second out. Can't fault that. I mean, up by 4, be aggressive, take a chance. Yeah. LaCosse bounced it. Lambert fielded it, tagged out Johnson. I think that's the first time Johnson's been caught stealing this year. Is that right?
Yes, it is. He's now 10 for 11.
And Rivera draws a walk. What an at bat by Rivera. And everybody moans, oh, why did they run it to an out? Got to be aggressive when you're up 4. It's the right thing to do. Here's Franklin, who singled, walked, scored a run, 1 for 3. Still a chance. Rummel's been good with 2 outs late in the season and into the playoffs, and Franklin went around 0-1. And you knew he was going to swing there. After that last at-bat where he took 3 strikes, he just knew he was going to go after the first one. Unfortunately, that pitch was a little bit high and tight. Oh, my. So Franklin will trot to first. Hit by the pitch, 2 on, 2 outs. And now Kyle Walker will try to get some more insurance. Reached on the air in the 6th, scored a run. Single in the 4th, scored a run. 1 for 4. Two on, 2 outs. Adcock pitching. Swing and a miss.
Woo, he came out of shoes on that one. Kyle Walker was trying to hit that one a mile. He had a massive hack.
Lights taking full effect here. Wind blowing in as it has throughout the series. Bounced it. Wild pitch. Runners to second and third. Base hit could likely put this one away.
You can get some more, get some more.
So you've had a walk, a hit batsman, and a wild pitch. And Rummel lost a runner on the bases, I'm sure you recall.
It's funny how those things
it's amazing.
work out.
I mean, it's the right thing to do, be aggressive, and yet it doesn't work. It's like, why'd you do that? Well, because we're up 4, we're trying to be aggressive. We got a guy that hasn't been caught stealing all year. There's a line drive, base hit, right field by Walker. It's going to score 2. This game is open now as Kyle Walker makes it an 11-5 game. He's a good hitter for a sophomore, Danny. It's all about finding a place for him in the field that's really comfortable, because this kid can hit and he can run.
Yep. Yeah, he's a good young player, and they'll figure it out. Just find the spot that he's comfortable with and does the job for you, and let him keep swinging the bat like he just did.
Chandler Fields has been outstanding. Triple, single, 2 walks, run scored, RBI. Great play in the field, and another wild pitch here. Walker scampers to second. This might be a situation where Byrd just running a little low on pitching in this scenario.
I think so.
They had a guy ready for game 3 if they got there, but it doesn't look likely right now in Cole Joyner.
On the top of the 4th, I thought it was pretty big that Rummel got to 2. So much for a low-scoring game, huh?
No doubt. Just when you didn't expect anything, all of a sudden it broke wide open. Now you got 16 runs.
Changed, and it changed quick. 5s and 4s and 3s and all kinds of crazy numbers up there now.
Towards short. Fields can run. This will be close. He is out at first. Good play. Ball both ends by Lambert and Lott. Inning over, but the Raiders get 2 big insurance runs on 1 hit. No errors, and they strand a runner at second. Rummel is left 9, but we go to the bottom of the 7th. Rummel's 3 outs from Sulphur. It'll be their second trip there in 3 years, leading Byrd 11-5. Back in a moment at CrescentCitySports.com. Last chance for Byrd coming up. It's 11-5 Rummel on top. Ken Trahan with you. Danny Ream will have a star of the game when this one's over. Big cushion for Hayden Elwell, who got out of the 6th. Fine shape, striking out Lacoste. Julian De Leon leads off the 7th. He singled in 3 trips here this evening. First trip on the way. Away, ball 1. Rummel's put up runs in 5 consecutive innings, including crooked numbers in the last 3 when they were down by 3. Strike call 1-1. Hayden Elwell, the senior, trying to nail it down here. Ball and a strike. Stepped out, gets back in. Here it comes. Swing and a miss. 1-2. So a ball and 2 strikes. Outside and high, 2-2. 2-2 pitch. Now he missed away, so it's full 3-2. Just wants to challenge him here. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Payoff pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. For out number 1. 2 more to get. Here's Mason Langdon, who is the pitcher of record, on the wrong side in this one at this point. Up and in for ball 1. A ball and no strikes, and the pitch and a swing and a foul. Makes it 1-1. One ball and 1 strike. And the 1-1 pitch. Missed the outside edge, pretty close, 2-1. Two-1. Ball 3, 3-1. Three-1. Popped him foul, out of play. Full 3-2. 3 balls, 2 strikes on Langdon. Elwell the sign and the payoff pitch. Line drive, base hit, right field. Langdon with a 1-out single here in the 7th. Keeps Byrd alive. And now Henry Lott, who singled in 3 trips and scored a run. Will Ben. Left-handed hitting Lott. Double play could end it. Elwell ready. Elwell pitching. Outside ball 1. Winner advances to Sulphur. Plays on Thursday in the semifinals. 1-0 the count. Pitch is on the way, and that's a strike, 1-1. A ball and a strike on Henry Lott. And another. Missing away, 2-1. Villa went 5. Elwell working in his 2nd inning. 2 balls, 1 strike. And another pitch. Runner goes, foul back. 2-2. Rummel not concerned about the base runner. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Now the 2-2 pitch, ball 3, 3-2. So he's full to the 3rd consecutive hitter in the inning. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Runner goes, popped him foul, out of play. Do it again at 3-2. It's 3 balls, 2 strikes. Swinging a liner in the center field, base hit. Byrd fighting. 2 hits in a row, 1 out. Elwell pitching to contact, 2 straight hits. Todd is the due hitter. We'll get a runner at first.
Number 10, William Berry, first base.
William Berry will run at first.
Third baseman, number 20.
Rummel needs 2 more outs. Ryan Todd has reached on an error. Scored a run, walked. Fly to center. 0 for 2. Two on, 1 out for Todd. Elwell delivering. Chopper slowly toward 3rd. Franklin has to come hard. Loves it. Throws across the body, threw it away. 1 run is going to score. Another runner for 3rd. 2nd and 3rd. 1 out. This game is very much alive. It's 11-6. Again, put it on the ground. Make them play the ball. That has been the formula. Second error of the game by the 3rd baseman. Tough chance. Wide throw, run scores. 2nd and 3rd, 1 out. 11-6 game. They need another base runner or 2 here, but at least have a chance. Randall bats. Fly ball left field, should be an out. That's Walker batting, I should say. Runner will tag at 3rd. The throw will come to the cutoff man. Runner holds. And what is this? Franklin throws the ball to nobody, and 2 runs are going to score. My word. And now it's 11-8. Hard to believe. No RBI. Well, Rummel's 1 out away, and they can't get there fast enough. Hard to believe. Why are you even worried about a runner at third with an 11-6 lead and 1 out to get? Nobody was there anyway. Last chance is Ashton Nelson. The base is empty, 2 outs. And he bunts toward third. If it's fair, it's a hit. It is foul. 0-1. I'd love to get on to turn the lineup over and make this really interesting. They need 2 base runners to have a chance. No balls and a strike, and the pitch. Ground ball deep short. Cook can't handle it. Runner's going to reach. And the throw gets by. This is so ugly to watch. Goodness gracious. Now they need 1 more base runner. Byrd still has a chance. Fourth Rummel error. Infield play again. And now you get Harris, who's a good hitter. Single, hit by pitch, 1 for 3. Nick Monica to the mound. This is not Elwell's fault. I mean, it's been difficult to watch, frankly. And a long discussion at the mound. They give Byrd a lot of credit. This is a good, tough program that fights and fights, and here they are, still alive after being down 6 with 3 outs to go. Regardless of the fact that they've gotten a bunch of help here. Sometimes that final out, you know what I mean? Hard to get. So Harris will bat, trying to get on and get the tying run to the plate. Going to play behind the runner at first, understandably. Here's Harris. Here's the pitch. Ball 1. This game is not over by any stretch. Say it again. Leave it out there, 1-0 is a strike. It's 1-1. Four errors for Rummel now. They're still ahead by 3. 1 ball, 1 strike. Showed bunt, took a ball, 2-1. Understandable, just another base runner. What they need to have a chance. Two balls and a strike. Chops it towards second. Walker gets the force at second, and Rummel survives. 11-8 is the final score here this evening. I say evening because this went right from afternoon to evening. But it ended on the fielder's choice. And the Raiders advanced to Sulphur. That's the big news, is that they won this game. And Byrd fought very hard to give itself a chance here. Two teams will exchange handshakes.
Congratulations to Byrd on outstanding 2019.
Byrd finishes at season 20 and 17. Congratulations to the Byrd Yellow Jackets for fighting back the way they did, give themselves a chance. So Rummel wins at 11-8. They win their 6th consecutive game. They're 21-12 with a win. As mentioned, Byrd finishes 20-17. We'll have our winning coach and stars of the game coming up. As the handshakes take place all around. Two sportsmanlike teams. Logan Bertucci making his way to Danny Ream. We'll get him along with Coach Nick Monica for sure. As the Raiders got it done here in big fashion here. 11-8. Two coaches continue to talk. They're friendly, really like each other. Immense respect between Greg Williams and Nick Monica. Two really fine people. Eminently likable guys who have done a great job over the course of time. And they make their way toward home plate. So with that, let's check in with Danny Ream with our winning coach and star of the game. Danny?
All right, Ken, thanks. Down here with Logan Bertucci. Logan, your team had to respond. You know, it was a 2-0 ball game, and then you guys give up 5. Kind of, you know, shook things up a little bit, but you guys came right back out, put up a 4 spot, cut right back into it. You had that big hit to put your team back on top.
Yeah, we came back knowing we had a chip away, and I went up to the at-bat knowing I was going to get a fastball because the guy was struggling. And I had a 2-1 count. I knew the fastball was coming. I got my foot down, and I just hit it, and the ball did the rest.
What was going on in the dugout when you guys fell behind? You had to pull together.
Everybody was up, came together as a team, we fought, we came back.
Congratulations. Coach Monica, you got to be proud of your guys. That was a wild one, but hey, at this point in the season, you take them anywhere they want to come, right?
No doubt. That's what it's all about now, the win-loss column. And, you know, I guess we played a little bit better than they did today. And, you know, lineup did a great job, especially answering, you know, a big inning by them. Last 5 innings, we put up something up there. So I thought the biggest inning was the top of the 5th, obviously, not just the 4 spot, but the fact that we answered their 5 spot.
What does this mean to you, your last year as head baseball coach, before you move exclusively into football as a new head football coach at Archbishop Rummel, to be taking this team to Sulphur?
It means a lot, obviously. You know, as I think any coach that's a competitor just wants to keep playing. And, you know, that's the first thing I told the guys that, you know, I wanted them to extend me a week of baseball. And, you know, so I'm just happy for them. You know, when we started this a long time ago and the announcement came out, it was a goal. You know, we didn't know how achievable it was, but, you know, I think they bought in, and, you know, they've been talking about it since day one.
Well, congratulations. Ken, the Raiders are headed to Southwest Louisiana on their quest for a state championship. Back to you.
All right, thanks very much, Danny. Job well done, and they did get this done with a big victory here. So big win for Rummel. They advance, winning it in 2 games here, winning this game by the score of 11-8 over Byrd. And as mentioned, the Raiders have won 6 consecutive games, and they are 20-12 overall. Byrd finishes its season at 20-17 with the defeat, but give the Yellow Jackets a lot of credit. They competed very hard, very well. Just Rummel a little bit better overall in the series. And, you know, they were the favorite coming in. They emerged victorious at home. And winning in 2 games was important because, as we talked about, they didn't want to get to a 3rd game in this one at all. I mean, nobody wanted to even contemplate that if you were on the Rummel side. And they did not. They took care of business, taking care of business by scoring runs in their last 5 innings, 1 in the 3rd, 1 in the 4th, 4 in the 5th, 3 in the 6th, and then 2 in the 7th. And that's what made this a success for Rummel, as they win at 11-8 over Byrd here this evening at Kirsch Rooney Stadium. We'll take a look at the totals of the ball game for the Raiders. 11 runs on 12 hits, 1 error, 9 men left on base. For the Yellow Jackets, 8 runs, 9 hits, 4 errors, and they left 10 men on base. The winning pitcher was Matt Villa, went 5 innings, allowed 6 hits, 5 runs, 3 earned, walked 3, struck out 8, a wild pitch, and a hit batsman while he was out there. Villa improves to 5-2 with the victory. And the losing pitcher for Byrd was Mason Langdon in relief. Langdon, in relief of Matt Randall, took the loss. Randall went 4 innings plus. He allowed 7 hits, 5 runs, 3 earned. Walked 2, struck out 4. Langdon came on, and he in 1 2/3 allowed 3 hits, 4 runs, unearned. He walked 3, struck out 4, hit a batter. Evan Adcock finished up. He went 1 1/3 innings. Adcock allowed 2 hits, 2 runs earned. He walked 1, 2 wild pitches, and hit a batter while he was out there. Rummel had a lot of hitters that came through in big situations. Cade Rivera was 3 for 4 with an RBI. Scored 3 times for the Raiders. Kyle Walker had 2 hits, including a big 2-run single, scored a run. Chandler Fields, triple, single, 2 walks, scored a run, drove in a run. Jackson Denny's had 2 hits, including a single, double that drove in 2 as well. And Logan Bertuzzi, who we just heard from, big 2-run single for the Raiders to help them emerge victorious in this one by the score of 11-8. Job well done here by the Raiders to win it. They overcame some rough spots defensively to do it. It was not an easy thing for them to do it all. I mean, it came hard. They struggled with the ability to catch it and throw it on the infield, but did everything else well enough to win this game and emerge victorious by the score of 11-8. And a game, by the way, that took a long time. This game took 2 hours and 51 minutes to play. But that stands to reason when you have 19 runs, 21 hits, 6 errors, walks, hit batsmen, and everything else. But bottom line is, Rummel got off the deck down 5-2, and they fought back with 4, 3, and 2 runs in succession in the 5th, 6th, and 7th innings. And because of the shaky defense in the 7th, they needed those extra runs, and it proved to be decisive in an 11-8 victory. They win their 6th straight game, go to 20-12, and advance to Sulphur in the semifinals next Thursday to play the winner of Catholic and Holy Cross. Danny Reamery joins me now. Danny, this is a strange one. I mean, it's kind of hard to describe. I think Nick Monica will praise his team, and he should, because they showed the ability to tough it out, find a way to win 2 consecutive days. Big 2-out hits. Let's start there. They came up with big 2-out hit after big 2-out hit in these 2 games, but they did that in other games previous as well. So that was huge for Rummel. Start there. You know, let's start there because that's the positive, and clearly that's what matters, and the fact that they won.
Yeah, I think Nick's very proud of the fact that his team just was relentless and just continued to play as hard as possible. And, you know, they overcame adversity and they pulled together in the dugout and did the things that they had to do. Pretty crazy, especially there in that last inning, some really strange-looking things. And who would have thought up 11-5 that it would have got as tight as it did, but they were able to overcome it. Elwell did a nice job, kept pounding the strike zone, kept overcoming the adversity that he was presented with, and was able to get, you know, the big W to send them out to Sulphur. And now the game changes. You're done with the series part of the bracket. It becomes 1 game in the semifinals. If you win that, you have 1 game in the finals. So with Denny's and Villa, don't count this team out. If they put it together in Sulphur, they could win the whole thing.
Well, that's what I was just about to ask you about. What do you think about their chances? Well, clearly they have 2 good frontline pitchers. Clearly they can hit. And clearly it's all about the ability to catch and throw the baseball. I mean, that's what it's all about.
You've got to accept the fact that improvement is needed, because the caliber of teams, once you get to Sulphur, you start talking about a Catholic High probably, or Holy Cross or Brother Martin in the finals possibly. You know, really good baseball teams now. You're getting down to the nitty-gritty. So improvement is needed. You can't play like you played in this game and expect to win. You know, you got 4 in the E column. That can happen in Sulphur if you're going to win against that quality of an opponent that you're going to be faced with out there. So you've got to look yourself in the mirror and say, we got to bear down. We got to get better defensively. Ground balls have to be outs. It's unacceptable for them not to be. And just clean that part of your game up. You've got to go out to Sulphur ready to play flawless type baseball. And if they can do that, they've got the arms with Denny's and Villa and Walker and Elwell and the guys that they've used on this hot streak that ended the prep season and followed them in here into the playoffs. I think it's 6 in a row now.
Yeah, they've won 6 straight. That's correct.
So I mean, they've they've shown they've got the arms to win games. They've got to clean up the defensive side. I'm sure that's something that Nick Monica is really going to work hard on.
Well, I just think that this is a team that has, again, when they play their best, they're capable of doing some really good things. We've seen that, again, when they've done it against good teams this year. And this Byrd team was not a bad team. They were a tough team that fought hard and certainly believed in their ability and never went down easily. They fought like crazy to put themselves in this thing, and they did. And they made Rummel work to win this 11-8 final. Rummel wins it. So, Danny, obviously this is our last game of the year because we can't stream in Sulphur, but we're appreciative of everyone that helped make this possible. Gibbs Construction, Yield College Inn, Rock and Bowl, Gills Bar. Of course, we want to thank Lenny Van Gilder for the job he does on a consistent basis to help make this possible. Very special. Rummel has its senior prom tonight, starting at 9 o'clock, by the way, which explains why we're seeing everybody dressing the way it is. So, pretty interesting that that's the case. And trying to get a final on that Catholic Holy Cross game. It was a game that was tied 8-8. Wow. That much I know, but I don't know about the final in that game at this point. So, and we'll see. So, Danny, again, we want to thank, here it is right here. Final. Holy Cross beat Catholic 12-10.
Wow.
12-10 in game 1. Game 2 to follow at Grizzly Field. Talked to Trey Gayot this week. He thought he had a good chance to win. Yeah.
Holy Cross, really impressed you with that sweep of Jesuit at John Ryan. And look, you play in the Catholic League, you're battle tested for the playoffs. I mean, it's just the way it is. You've played a tough schedule with the tournaments that these teams play in non-district, and then you get into Catholic League play and just that non-stop, big-time atmosphere, so to speak, that you're in each and every game, and you're ready for the postseason. So none of this is surprising.
No, it isn't, of course. So Rummel play the winner of Holy Cross Catholic. Holy Cross are a game up now in that situation. And meanwhile, on the other side, Brother Martin up 1-0 on John Curtis. They'll play tomorrow in that series. And St. Paul's and Evangel playing this evening. And we'll see. I mean, I'm interested to see who else gets there, Danny. And it's going to be fun to watch in Sulphur, to say the least. And want to thank our good and great friends that made it possible. And Mr. Marshall, Mr. Rebert, thank you for a job well done here today. We really appreciate you. Again, we thank Lenny Van Gilder, thank Jude Young, everybody else that's helped us bring you not only high school baseball this year, but high school sports all year, every sport imaginable. It's our pride and joy, and it's our labor of love, and we couldn't do it without you, so we appreciate each and every one of you. Danny, once again, thanks. And by the way, I'll tell you right now, St. Paul's beat Evangel 7-5 in game 1. They'll play the second game tonight. So St. Paul's 7, Evangel 5 in game 1. So St. Paul's, Brother Martin, Holy Cross have a game up right now. Interesting.
Yep. Yeah, it's going to be fun to watch how it all plays itself out. But keep an eye on this Rummel team. One of the things that you try so hard, and I don't know if there's a magic way of it happening, but when you can get guys really believing that they're kind of unbeatable and feeling really good about themselves and winning games and winning in different ways and putting it all together at the end and getting really hot like this Rummel team has done, keep an eye on them out there. And when the format changes to just one game in the semis and one game in the finals.
Certainly can't sleep on them. Thank you, my friend.
Thank you. Always enjoy it.
Once again, Rummel wins it over Byrd 11-8. They win the best of 3 series, 2-0. For Danny Ream and our entire crew, thanks for joining us, and be a good sport. God bless you one and all. We are rounding third and heading home. So long.